and Lukin and Paul will actually be the backup tonight.
Yeah, so they have a plan. According to Lindy Ruff, we'll see what it is. Are they going to just keep running 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? I've never seen that before, but I can't tell you that's not what they're going to do. I don't know what the plan is going to be.
You said when the season started, here's Alex Lyons' chance to show that he can be a one, and you said if he proves himself, you wouldn't want him out of the net. I guess that's played itself out, wouldn't you say?
I think he's taken the job. Now, does that mean Lyon is the starter, and one time when they need the backup, it'll be Luukkonen, and the other time it'll be Ellis, and Lyon's still the starter until further notice? I don't know. I don't know what the plan is going to be. We're going to have to figure out as we go along here.
Would you have wanted to see Luukkonen play more than just one game, or do you think that's enough for him?
I would have, but I also didn't see the game. If they just felt he was on his game, it went well. We're going to be okay. One game's enough. Let's finish it. And let's get back to Levi and Rochester, and let's go with our 3 goalies.
That's right. Yeah, so Lyon tonight with Luukkonen, the backup. Ellis is amongst the scratches that include Bryson, is he still concussion protocol?
I think he's out. He practiced today with Kesselring. They were the two together, so it seems like he's pretty well back at practice and ready to go. He was not limited.
And Mason Gergston is the other scratch tonight for the Sabres.
Yes.
Okay, Paul, thank you so much. We will be talking throughout the night.
Yep.
All right, Paul will have a live player interview at the end of the first, so make sure you're there. And, of course, he'll be in the locker room with Lindy Ruff and with the players as we get you set for this game tonight. All right, we will take our final timeout. When we come back, we'll get you the anthems, get you set up with the final news and notes, and then hand things off to Dan and Rob. It's the Sabres and the Maple Leafs here on a Friday night from KeyBank Center. It's coming up next. I'm Brian Koziel. This is the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Morning, Zoe. Got donuts.
Jeff Bridges, why are you still living above our garage?
Well, I dig the mattress, and I want to be in a T-Mobile commercial like you. Teach me, Saldana.
Oh, no, I'm not really prepared. I couldn't possibly. At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them. It's designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet and has the ultimate pro camera system.
Wow, impressive. Let me try. T-Mobile is the best place to get iPhone 17 Pro because they've got the best network.
Nice, Jeffrey.
You heard them. T-Mobile is the best place to get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us with eligible trade-in in any condition.
So, what are we having for lunch?
Dude, my work here is done.
24 monthly bill credits on experience beyond for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended, balance due if you pay off earlier. Cancel finance agreement iPhone 17 Pro, 256 gigs, $1,099.99, and new line minimum $100 plus a month plan with auto pay plus taxes and fees required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence data 1H2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store, and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See You Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store, and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on root metrics from Score Report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person with whom you made the deal. Additional terms apply.
Hey, it's Bulldog here. This football season, make sure your grilling is championship quality. Stop in at Dash's Market for their awesome homemade sausage, steaks, burgers, Salem's or Wadinsky's hot dogs, and great selection of beers and seltzers, too. Look for their specials online or in store. You can check out Dash's quality produce, fresh baked goods, local deli brands, and delicious foods from their Market Side Cafe. You can visit Dash's on Klein in Williamsville, Maine and Clarence, Colvin and Kenmore, and Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo. Shop the family of finer foods. Dash's Market, serving Western New York's football fans for over 100 years.
Gold is at a historic high, and Firth Jewelers is ready to help you cash in. Hey, Sal Capaccio here. Bring in your gold, old jewelry, broken pieces, anything, and they'll take a look. Purchasing at top dollar, Firth makes it simple to trade in your gold for cash or trade up for a stunning new piece of jewelry. I've been a Firth fan for years, and the Firth family has been helping generations make life's special moments unforgettable. Trust me, you'll be a fan too. Go forth to Firth. Firth Jewelers, Military Road in Niagara Falls.
When we use energy more efficiently, we improve our energy bills and the world around us. With National Fuel's Conservation Incentive Program, we can do that in a big way. Through December, customers can access our highest rebates yet by installing energy-efficient equipment in their home or business, which saves energy and money in the present and protects our environment for the future. But don't wait. 2025 is the last year these natural gas equipment rebates are available. Learn how much you can save at fuelingtomorrowtoday.com.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Sports Radio 550 WGR Buffalo and WKSE HD2 Niagara Falls, Buffalo, 98.5 FM.
An Odyssey sports station.
The Buffalo Sabres are on the air.
Howard slides one in, shoots and scores! Devils whip it around, and what a save by Devin Levi! Here's Zucker with a shot, scores! Tage Thompson! And we're tied at 3. In front, Domo scores! That was magic!
Every goal, every save, every play, every hit. Hear it happen here.
Well, welcome back to Molson Leafs Hockey on 680 News Radio Toronto and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Ailish Forfar and Justin Cuthbert. We know there's a lot going on in our fine city tonight, but the Leafs are part of this big-time Toronto contingency. They're playing on a back-to-back against the Sabres. They're in Buffalo tonight because the Raptors have a home opener, and there's Game 1 of the World Series happening all in Toronto tonight. So we will do our part to get you covered on the Maple Leafs side of everything throughout the evening here on 680 News Radio Toronto and the Maple Leafs Radio Network. Justin, we just teed this up for about 30 minutes. We only have a few more minutes, but this feels like a very important game for the Toronto Maple Leafs to win.
Yeah, and it's a game that will have some pretty serious lineup changes. The Maple Leafs will have a new top line. Austin Matthews and William Nylander will be playing together with Bobby McMahon. That'll drop Matthew Nyes to the second line with John Tavares and Matthias Michelli. So a shakeup in the top 6. But if you're encouraged by that, you may be discouraged by the fact that 2 of the top defensemen, maybe the 2 top defensemen with the Toronto Maple Leafs are out tonight. Morgan Riley, undisclosed. I guess it's undisclosed still with Chris Tanev, but we believe some sort of head injury suffered against the Devils. So Riley and Tanev out, leaving McCabe and Carlo to log a lot of minutes, and we can transition into my key based on that.
Your key to victory is brought to you by Rona. Rona knows the game we love is hard on the home, so make sure your home is ready to take on hockey season.
Yeah, you're going to need big minutes from Jake McCabe and Brandon Carlo. It's been mostly even deployment from Craig Berube in terms of his blue line. Like, it's just like, yeah, okay, let's do this like men's league. You get a chance, then you get the next shift, then you get the next shift. It's not as though one unit plays 30 minutes and the rest are picking up scraps. Everyone kind of contributes when the Maple Leafs are healthy, but I think they're going to have to zag off that just a little bit. McCabe and Carlo are going to have to play big minutes with the second and third pairings of Simone Benoit, Philippe Myers, and Dakota Mermis recalled with Oliver Ekman-Larsson. So I'm looking at McCabe and Carlo to log many minutes tonight. We have to transition now to our player to watch, which is brought to you by Bet365. Download the app and find out why it's never ordinary at Bet365.
All right, we talked a lot about Austin Matthews being on that top line and kind of getting some eyeballs in terms of his leadership style. But I think tonight he has an opportunity to play pretty big against the Buffalo Sabres. I've got him at plus 155 or 115, for a goal, but a lot of value on 2+ goals, 7-1 for 2+ goals. And on the other side, Alex Tuch, he really does well against the Maple Leafs. He's got 15 points in 13 games against them. So if you're looking maybe on the Buffalo side at plus 200 for a goal or plus 350 for 2 points, and then keep an eye on Josh Doan. Shane Doan is his father, works for the Leafs now, so it might be a little connection there.
Okay, Anthony Stolarz will start again, opposed by Alex Lyon of the Sabres. Help on the way, though, for Stolarz with Joseph Wall on the way back announced today, which is a good sign for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
All right, we'll get you set for Puck Drop with Joe Bone and Jim Ralph next. You're listening to Most Leafs Hockey on 680 News Radio Toronto and the Maple Leafs Radio Network.
Now through October 31st, SiriusXM is giving away a pair of tickets to every MLB postseason game through the World Series. Listen to MLB Network Radio for the clues to be the first caller to correctly...
Center, the pregame all done. Sabres in their all blacks tonight. The Leafs in their white and blue. And Brian Colsey with you here, ready to wrap things up. It'll be Dan and Rob after the national anthems. But down to the ice we go. Here's Cammie Clooney.
Our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see their eyes, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, sleep and she by the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Some pretty charged energy already in KeyBank Center tonight. Welcome, Dan Dunleavy, Rob Ray here for the call. Glad you could join us. It's a home and home. Sabres and the Leafs. Buffalo kicks it off. Be in Toronto tomorrow. A lot going around the sporting world right now. For the Buffalo Sabres, a lot going on at home, and a lot of it is good. Alex Lyon, a part of that, facing the Maple Leafs for the 5th time in his career. He's 1-1-1, has yet to face fewer than 30 shots on goal in a game while wearing a Sabres jersey. Anthony Stolar stopped 30 of 34 shots he faced in Tuesday's loss against New Jersey. Admitted he wasn't happy with a couple that got past him, whoever is, but he says he's fired up to see if he can't rebound. Kyle Raymond and John McIsaac are the referees. Brandon Garlitz and Jonathan Deschamps will work the lines. Razor, as always, the building is charged. Doesn't matter the number in there as it starts to fill up.
Yeah, they're filling up real good here, too. And the NBA's got a lot going on, too, Dan, just so you know if you haven't read it. Yeah, no, great crowd here tonight. Good opportunity here for both teams to get themselves maybe back on track. Both teams just trying to find their way through here, and a lot of things happening and a lot of things they're trying to do in the same. Consistency is the big thing for both teams here.
Here's Bobby McMahon. He's getting a push on the first line with Matthews and Nylander for the Maple Leafs, wearing their white jerseys with blue numbers on their backs, and the Sabres in the black and reds here tonight for the first time this season. Mallenstein to the fourth line getting the start, and we get an early call here with a play in the Buffalo zone. The whistle will stop it, and the faceoff will come.
Yeah, I think that puck came out over the line, Dan, and they were just a little
hesitation there on the call.
I'm sure what the referee doing a little dance over there or something.
Yeah. Well, you got to pay attention to the game, Dan. There's a lot of things happening down there, so
I see. That's the thing.
Can't just follow the puck.
You follow the referee. He's way up there. The puck's way back there. You're in the mood already because you met your buddy Ty, so you're fired up.
Yeah, it was good. You know what? I love seeing him.
Ty Domo, by the way.
Yeah, Ty Domo in the building here watching his son match play, and going to be at the game here tonight and tomorrow. And
he's got a lot of very famous friends. Do you have that many famous?
And you know what the thing is with Ty? He likes telling you about it too. I love him, but there won't be a conversation whether you're texting, talking on the phone, or in person, telling me about Tom or
You've got a neighbor named Frank, and he knows a guy named Tom who won a few Super Bowl rings.
I hang with you. Not quite the same as his
only
friends.
when you're paid to, though, so you've got that out. Sabres dump it into the Leafs zone. Buffalo skating from left to right. Puck in behind the Toronto net. Toronto's D is a lot different than they'd like it to be, so if the Sabres can get a forecheck game going here against this Toronto 6 on the back end, maybe some shots on Stolarz. One there that the goaltender for Toronto punches off to his right. And it's cleared outside the line. Nyes out there along with Tavares and Matias Michelli. First year with the Leafs.
Yeah, it's going to be important here to keep this game in the Toronto zone. As you said, the defense a little suspect there for the D, for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, you've got to play this game in their zone. They'll break down. They will break down eventually. You've got to take advantage of that.
Look out. Lyon takes a bit of a bump behind the net trying to play the puck. Is Easton Cowan getting a game for the Leafs? Much talked about prospect. Nicholas Roy and Dakota Joshua, two newcomers for the Leafs. So a very new-looking line for Toronto as the Sabres back in their own end, looking to retrieve it. Mets are getting another start here once again for Buffalo, and the Sabres with a pass onto the wing left side. A little bit out of the reach of Doan. Josh Doan, his father, in the building tonight. Shane Doan.
Will be tomorrow as well.
Yeah. We might have something up with that, is my understanding as well. Puck comes to center. Sabres. That pass off, and now it's picked up and lifted in to the Leafs zone as Oslin chases after it, but Toronto with Domi starting the play to center, and Yarncroke will carry it over the line. Domi down against Byram. Domi trying to put it in behind the net looking for Lorentz. Leafs on the far wall with a shot that'll come all the way to the near side. So that Toronto defense, Brendan Carlo, Ekman Larson, a good pair. Obviously McCabe, Benoit, and then Dakota Mermis and Philippe Myers, the former Philadelphia Flyer, making up their back six. Out there now is the Matthews line, and the play in the Buffalo zone down to the corner. Dakota Mermis, the aforementioned, out there to keep it in the zone. Comes back to the line, and a shot fought off by Lyon to the wall off to his right. Sabres try to clear. That's blocked. In behind the net, Connor Timmins, a former Leaf himself, plays it in behind the goal. And the Sabres try to skate it out, and they will get it outside the line to center.
Yeah, Dahlin tripped up there as he was stepping out above the goal lines, and the players chased him from behind. No call.
Bobby McMahon up the left wing. He's watched by Kozak. Play goes down to the far corner, deep in the Buffalo zone. This is Michelli playing it back to the point for a shot, and that one waved at by the blocker of Lyon, but it's going to fall down to the near boards. Both Power and Krebs on this near side. The Leafs will bring it out with Michelli twisting and turning, working on Samuelson right wing side. Up to Carlo with a shot. That takes a deflection, and it goes out of play with 16:27 to go in a scoreless first.
Yeah, Beck Melenstein doing a nice job coming out and fronting this shot that's going to come from Carlo on the point, and he's able to get his foot on that one and deflect it up and over the glass. But I think the big thing is here, you got to kind of keep the puck away from this top line. Just make them chase the puck. Puck possession here is going to be huge in this game. If you control the play, keep it out of the hands of their top players, then you're going to have a good chance here.
Tage Thompson's group comes out. Yuri Kulik will take the draw against Max Domi. Off to the right of the Buffalo net. And off the draw, Toronto trying to play it back to Benoit. The line is picked off by Thompson. He'll chip it down the right wing side. Puts the pressure on Simon Benoit down to the corner, playing behind the Toronto net. Jake McCabe, well known to folks here in Buffalo, gets the first touch to get Toronto going back the other way. How time flies. Jake McCabe, now 32 years of age. Stops in, of course, Buffalo, Chicago, and Toronto as that pass up the left wing side. No icing on the play, goes deep into the Toronto zone. And Benson trying to get after it down there behind the net. Putting the pressure on Philippe Myers, and the Sabres get it back. Alex Tuck to the line. Here comes a shot. Save made by Stolarz, and the rebound picked up by Domi. His pass to the blue line, tipped to center by Järnkrok. Sabres get it back again. And Järnkrok with the forecheck turns and goes to the bench. Sabres quick up right side. Alex Tuck. 2 Leaf players on him. McLeod joins the fray, drops it back for a shot, scores! Nice setup on the play. And Mattias Samuelsson is the one who jumps in for the shot. And the Sabres take a 1-0 lead with 15:22 to go in the opening period.
Yeah, this was a nice job of this line, just getting this puck deep and hanging on to the control of the puck. Alex Tuck started, and McLeod comes in, able to pick this puck up, take it down low. Just as he hits a goal line, he's on his backhand. He turns his body to get on the forehand, slides it right back through the hash marks. And all 5 Toronto players are within about 8 feet of the front of the net. And it slides right through. Mattias Samuelsson's right above the hash marks. The quick shot, able to beat Stolarz short side. And that's an early strike. And that's a big one for the Sabres. And getting the D involved like that as well. But everybody for Toronto just collapsing down to the net. Everybody staring at the puck. Had no idea in the Samuelsson coming in from behind.
McLeod has 4 assists in his last 4 games. Add that one tonight. As the Sabres continue to get to their game on offense here, particularly on home ice. Back at it again. Here's a pass in front, and that one almost ricocheted past a sprawling Stolarz. Now, here's Nylander onto a puck, and it squeaks through to tie the game at 1 apiece. Lyon got a piece of it, but it gets between the pads and just rolled over the line.
Yeah, Willie Nylander's going to get his 3rd goal of the year here, and this is not what you want to do. You just got the lead, but you had a problem back at the other end before this started. Kozak goes off, and he gets hit down low, and he's slow getting off, so he's not up the ice in the defensive positioning because he was just taking his time getting to the bench there because he was not feeling really well. And Willie Nylander get a lot of speed going through the neutral zone. He's able to catch his pass as they just kind of lobbed it in over the blue line. He gets in behind everybody else. This goes 5-hole. Alex Lyon gets a piece of it, doesn't get enough of it, and it just kind of trickles past the goal line.
So quite the start here. Each team with 2 shots on the board at this point, and each team with the goal. Samuelsson started it at 4:38 from McLeod and Tuck. And the Sabres back in the Toronto zone working the right side. Here's Quinn playing it around, and Zucker, great to see him on the ice for the Sabres. Obviously was concerned for him after the last game. Here's Zucker in the Toronto zone, had a roll off his stick, and Stolarz will hold on to it.
Just keeping the pressure here, keep getting this puck low and working these D down low. And that's where you got to have it, because even if you take the puck wide, take it wide, draw them over, because they're not doing a good job, Toronto isn't, of taking the middle away, and things are opening up. So you're going to see guys start jumping through here, giving themselves opportunities. So if you can get this puck wide, hang on to it, get down around the hash mark area, there's going to be somebody open, either driving to the net, coming in from behind, or through the gut. So
face-off in the Toronto zone. Kulich against Domi. Off the draw, Carlo puts it off the boards. At the point, it is settled, but not kept in by Tage Thompson. Sabres will try it on the right side this time. Dumped down to the corner. Benson racing after it. Chases it to the far corner. That's lifted down the ice. And that will go for an icing call against Toronto, who got the game's tying goal at 5:01 after the 4:38 first goal of this game. Nylander from Ekman Larsson and Carlo, the scoring summer.
Yeah, after scoring a goal like that, or getting scored on, that next shift is so important, and that's things you don't want to happen. That's paying attention to details and all the little things that the coaches talk about, that you can't give up anything after getting a goal like that. So it's unfortunate. It's no big deal, but you just got to battle back. As long as if you're down 1, you slip them back in the game.
Leafs with speed. Domi rips a shot from the near circle. That's stopped. As Lyon kept an eye on him. 3rd man in on the rush, and now out of the corner it's Mensah. Quick up to Thompson on the right side. He's in the Toronto zone. In front, scores! What a setup! Whoa. Great finish on the play by the Sabres. And Yuri Kulich cashes in with a beautiful finish Well, that was a 1-2-3 beauty to make it 2-1 Buffalo.
Yeah, it was. This whole line gets involved in this one. Kulich ends up putting it in. Great shot in tight, right up and over the shoulder of Stolarz, but Tage Thompson gains the line, and then he makes the quick pass across on the forehand to Zach Benson. And Zach Benson, as soon as he touches the puck, bang, he's putting it right back to Yuri Kulich because he got in behind everybody. Does not get it all. The puck is kind of rolling and bobbling up and over the goaltender's shoulder, but in and out. And another quick strike here for the Sabres. Get themselves back up 2-1 here. 13:48 left in this first period.
Rob, you know who doesn't get an assist, but if you could add one, Metsa with that pass to Thompson out of the corner, straight up the ice as soon as it was on his stick. Sabres D finding an option up the ice and moving it quickly. So we've got 3 goals already in this game. It might be one of those nights. Coaches will hate it, fans will love it. Easton Cowan deep in his own zone. Now McCabe up the left wall, throws it up into the Sabres zone, kind of deadened a little bit, and Sabres captain Rasmus Dahlin starts it with a pass ahead. Now here's Doan going cross ice for Alex Tuch. Off the bench, Timmins back to Tuch with a shot. Traffic in front too without any really physical concern there for Doan. Nobody around him. Leafs from their own circle near side played out to center. Kulich at 6-12 after the 5:01 goal to tie it. Here's Quinn. He's been on a point run of late. Taken against the end wall, and the puck is cleared. McMahon will chase after it. Sabres on it first. Another quick up. This finds Quinn on the right side. Sends it in front. And Stolarz plays it away to Power, who comes down for the point. Power below the goal line. Quinn in the corner. In behind the net with it, carries it to the far side. Carlo tracking him. Metsa jumps down, and he's trying to keep the play on the wall over on that far side of the ice. Leafs get it back, and they'll just lift it out. 12:13 to go. Here comes McMahon streaking in, out there with the rest of the top line. Sabres get it back. It could be a 3-on-2 rush the other way. Thompson carries, puts the brakes on, fires a shot. Stolarz not sure he's got it, but he's going to hang on to it there just outside of the blue paint. What a start here. Samuelsson and Kulich. Nylander for Toronto. It's the Sabres up 2-1. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
Hi, this is David Bellavia. If you're a veteran that's been denied disability benefits, there's a law firm that fights for the veterans who fought for us. It's Hiller time.
I'm Tim Hiller at Hiller Comerford Injury and Disability Law. Don't take no for an answer from the VA. We'll fight every step of the way to get you the benefits you deserve.
Get a free consultation when you call 866-HILLER-LAW online at hillercomerford.com. 6000 North Bailey Avenue, Amherst, New York, 14226.
Buffalo Sabres hockey is being brought to you by Upstate Honda Dealers. For great deals on the entire Honda lineup, visit your Upstate Honda dealer today. By Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. By Verizon. Powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store to check out the latest deal. By Level Financial Advisors. Helping you retire better. Visit levelfa.com. By Blue Star Home Services. Your heating and cooling experts. Get started at bluestarhs.com. And by UPS Stores. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Don't forget, you can purchase your tickets for the Sabres 50-50 raffle presented by Northtown Automotive for your chance to be tonight's winner. Tickets available from purchase from home. All you have to do is go to sabres.com/5050. Get yours before the start of the third.
Yeah, guaranteed $25,000 pot here, too, in the building tonight. So everybody at home, reach out. Get your tickets because it is going to be a big one.
Face-off in the Toronto zone with the Sabres up 2-1, 11:55 to go in the first. Here's Metsa sending it to the front of the net. That deflects up and out of play. So again, Metsa getting involved, feeling more and more comfortable. Just 3 games into his NHL career.
Yeah, that was a great read coming down the wall because Knives is coming up this left wall, and he had no idea Metza was stepping past him. And Metza steps right past him, able to pick off the puck and then make the play from there. And Knives is just kind of looking over his other shoulder, not even aware that he is jumping down.
Puck rolls off the draw to Metza. Keeps it on the wall. Benson tried to play it for Tage Thompson. Leafs intercept, and Michelli comes the other way. Down the right side. It's off the back of the Buffalo net, down to the near corner. Knives out there as well. McCabe on the backhand far wall. Leaves it on that wall. There's a shot as Tavares jumps into the play over the far circle. And he's a couple away from a milestone of 500 for his career coming into this home-and-home series. Sabres in their own end. Metza. Cross-ice pass. Now the Sabres will carry it up. Krebs, left side of the entry with a drop and a shot. Stolar's not sure again after making the first save as to where the second chance would be. Nylander's at it again. He's drawn a penalty and gets a partial break.
Oh, is he going to get a penalty? Oh, it's going to be a penalty. No penalty shot.
Not pointed yet to the circle.
Yeah, he's going to get a tripping call here. Dahlin is really Nylander's just cheating coming up the ice here. He's out in the neutral zone majority of the time, and he's looking for that long lead pass. And it's already worked once for him here, and he was looking for it the second time, and Dahlin actually didn't take him down. He's all in, all by himself. And
he's kind of fell down on his own, actually.
No. You can see his right hand of Dahlin comes across and hits the right leg of Nylander, and down he goes. So the Leafs, they got 2 goals on 16 attempts, 12.5%, 28th in the NHL. The Sabres have only surrendered 1 goal on 26 attempts, 96.2. They're second in the NHL. They're the only team that hasn't been scored on the PK yet. Tell me. New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, they're starting off pretty good.
They have not given up a goal yet on the penalty kill.
They're starting off pretty good. Their broadcast team also talking a little trash.
About us?
We got to square off against that team maybe a little bit.
About us?
Yeah. Social or broadcast, somebody did. Throwing shade Buffalo's way already in New Jersey. That's okay. It's early. 10:40 remaining in the opening period in this one. 2-1 game for Buffalo. Leafs now just getting the line with Matthews on the left side. He drops it back to the point. Almost nobody there. Ekman Larson then throws it down towards Nyes. He's got the puck taken away by Samuelson. Clearing attempt blocked before it gets out of the zone. Here's Nylander at the near circle. Up top to Ekman Larson. Power play with 1:17 left in it for Toronto. Sabres penalty kill has been rock solid, as Razor mentioned. Matthews sends it back in front, comes all the way back to Nylander, cross ice. And the far point now, the pass off a skate. And back down to the Toronto zone.
Yeah, the top 2 penalty killers here for the Sabres really trying to take that top away and getting really close to the defenseman. And forcing him to get this puck down low, but they just keep playing with it at the blue line.
Nylander for Matthews, denies, and it goes cross ice, and now a chance to bring it up, and Malenstein turns on Jets. He's in the Toronto zone with a 2-on-1. Tries to drop it back. Here's a chance after Stolar's got a touch, and it goes wide of the goal.
Zach Benson, nice job there, putting on the brakes, not just driving by. He got the opportunity in front of the net, created a battle on the wall, but he put the brakes on. Most guys just turn away from that. Toronto would have been able to exit free, but just by him stopping there, confused him, slowed him down.
Domi makes a move right up the middle of the shot, and a save made by Lyon. The rebound now. Byram from the corner trying to clear, and the Sabres on the second chance do get it out. Peyton Krebs out there, and now the Sabres with another steal here on a giveaway by Toronto. Quinn's going to pass it across for a shot. Stolar's with the save. Back to the line. No shot yet. Trying to make a move there, going towards the net. And the Leafs will not get past center before they cough it up again. Here's Quinn ducking under a check. Boy, there's going to be some room for forwards here tonight. Dahlin on the ice as well. Sabres up top for Quinn. Dahlin going to the bench now as that shot ripped on Stolarz, and he just holds on with another timeout on the ice. They're buzzing the night in the first, and the Sabres have buzzed their way to a 2-1 lead with 8:43 to go here in Buffalo. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
I'm John Woyden.
president of Great Lakes Building Systems, where our business is protecting your business. We install and service complex fire protection, security, and video monitoring systems. You've worked hard to build your business. Protect your employees, yourself, and your assets by leaving your company's security to the experts. Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892-LAKE for a comprehensive security assessment. We keep an eye on your business so you don't have to. Protecting your business is our business.
Call Great Lakes Building Systems at 892-LAKE or go to glbs-inc.com.
What if college didn't mean leaving your faith behind? At Houghton University, your relationship with Jesus isn't just welcome. It's the foundation to everything you'll do. Here, you'll grow in your faith as you prepare for your future. Whether you're headed for med school, the classroom, the boardroom, or anywhere else God calls you, Houghton will prepare you to live boldly for Christ. Live fearlessly at houghton.edu. That's houghton.edu.
What sets us apart from other advisors is our white glove, proactive approach to customer service, frankly.
Michael Hebert, Chief Operating Officer, Level Financial Advisors.
People have entrusted us to manage their assets and financial outcomes, and that's something that we hold sacred here.
Level Financial Advisors experience can help you implement your financial plan for a successful retirement. Call or text now 727-5047. That's 727-5047.
WGR Sports Radio 550.
Bills night, Tuesday, October 28th here at the rink. Sabres will take on Columbus. Help celebrate Buffalo's favorite football team with fun content, Bills personalities throughout the evening. Visit sabres.com/tickets and you can purchase yours today. 2-1 here. Sabres lead Toronto, 8:43 to go in the first. Shots heavily in favor of Buffalo. And a face-off coming up here in the Toronto zone.
Yeah, shots 11-5 here right now, but the Sabres got the better of the play, with the exception of a couple times getting in behind the Toronto. Toronto's having a hard time here with the Sabres' speed. When they're coming out, exiting the zone, coming down and attacking Toronto, they're showing so much respect to the speed. They're backing in. Everybody's backing in to almost the top of the circle. And as soon as the Sabres gain the zone, they got so much working room with across probably 10 to 15 feet inside the blue line coming across and really opening things up for them.
Yeah, two of their more active defensemen in Tanev and Riley not in the lineup. So the Sabres trying to take advantage of that. Yuri Kulik, heavy strides back into his own zone ahead of Lorentz. Kulik with a chance to wrap it out of the zone. He does. And a free roller down. Benoit against Thompson. Thompson tries a stick lift and trips him up. And a penalty coming up here against Tage. And now a crowd coming down to the corner. Samuelson fires in there for Buffalo.
Samuel and Metza both right in there coming in from the point. Yeah, that's good to see. Tage is battling for the puck. It's not as if he did something crazy. He's just battling for the puck coming back and trying to get a touch on it. And was that Benoit that went awkwardly into the wall a little bit, and then everybody reacts to it from there. But Tage Thompson's going to be the only guy that's going to get a penalty out of this. Toronto already had one power play so far in this period. Did not score on it. And the referee doing a good job explaining to Tage.
2 minutes hooking.
He's going to get a hooking call. He did a good job explaining to Tage what was going on coming across. And you know what he did? On the replay right there, he reaches in underneath and gets the hands from behind on Benoit and kind of threw him off awkwardly into the wall. Fortunately, he's able to get back up.
Last year, Toronto's power play was at 24.8% by the end of the season. Rob mentioned the numbers earlier at around, 12.5 right now?
Yeah, 12.5 under that now because of 0 for 1.
A bit of a different offensive team without Mitch Marner in the lineup, and he was quite the setup player, so it'll be probably a bit of an adjustment period. The Sabres PK, again, good so far tonight. Lyon a big part of that. That shot from the point didn't get through, and the Sabres will bring it back at least to the Leaf line there as Alex Tuck had company on his back pretty much. Leafs gain the line. Nylander certainly appears to be the most dangerous player as he gains the zone working with Matthews. Out of the corner, Tavares holds and fires, and that one high off the glass. McLeod in behind the net trying to clear, but the Leafs keep possession. Ekman Larson just inside the blue line. Too far for Nylander, but down to the corner it's Nyes. He'll play it around to Tavares. Out of the far corner, back up top, Ekman Larson. Under a minute to go in the kill for Buffalo. Tavares to the far side and a one-timer ties the game at 2 as Matthews let it rip. And a classic Austin Matthews goal for sure. 7:15 to go here in period number
one.
Yeah, William Nylander doing all the work here, though. He's the guy that's making this power play even get a chance, because this Matthews and that not handling the puck well. Tavares, it seems like when he gets the puck, they're jumping all over him. He's not able to get the shot off that he wants. And Tavares, right on the top of the hash marks between the circles, just slides this one to his forehand across to Matthews on his one-timer. And he's only about 6 feet above the goal line, and he lets this one rip right over top of Lyon's shoulder there to tie this one up. 7:15 left in the first. You just don't want those guys to start feeling good about themselves. You want those guys to start still second guess and fight things a little bit. And you take too many penalties, that's what's going to happen right there. They were lucky in the first one, got nailed on the second.
Matthews points in 4 of his last 5 coming into this game. Leafs get it back into the Buffalo zone. Fourth line out there is they try to get some pressure on Domi, Yarncroke, and Lorentz, or at least play down to the Buffalo end against the Sabres' top group. Kulik down low, trying to fish it free and play it up ice for Benson. Comes back into the Buffalo end, and backing up is Byram. Head up, working it to the captain, Dahlin. No penalty, arm went up late there. It's hard to believe it wasn't going to go up, but it took a little bit. Sabres get the call.
We're going to get their first power play opportunity. Max Domi, I think this guy that's going to go to the box here, probably a hooking call.
Toronto penalty number 11, 2 minutes for hooking.
As he was attacking Dahlin coming up through the middle of the ice, he got away with the first one, Dan, and then the second one he stayed with it, and then he couldn't get away. It was almost like Dahlin grabbed his stick and pulled it tight into his body and sold it really well. So a nice job there as they're showing his dad on the board there. Ty Domi sitting in the crowd, but Sabres going to the power play here. They are 6 goals on 24 attempts, 25%, 9th in the NHL. And the Leafs, they're at 78.9%. They give up 4 goals on 19 attempts.
Check your phone. He might have been texting you saying that was a terrible call.
Yeah, it was a bad call. He's a very supportive father.
Right off the draw, we've got a penalty call here.
High sticking.
And the arguing going on, or actually
they're checking
DNA check
to
for
see
Alex
if there's
Tuck.
any blood.
So it'll be a 2-man advantage here for the Sabres. And we are
Toronto
talking
penalty number 19, 2 minutes for high sticking.
2 seconds in to Domi's penalty. So a real opportunity here in a 2-2 game to get another one here.
Yarncroke's going to get a high sticking call here as there's a battle right off the faceoff and catches just carelessly. There's no reason for it. And catches Alex Tuck up in the facial area, and as you said, a 5-on-3 here. Minute 58. Go to work, boys.
Sabres win the draw. Yes, go to work quickly here and take full advantage of this. Down in the near faceoff dot, Dahlin up top. Takes it to the left circle. Thompson moves around, fires a shot. Benson off the end wall, gets it in front. Zucker can't get a stick on it. Dahlin, Thompson fakes it. Dahlin takes the shot. That's blocked, but it comes back to the captain. Benson will bring it up top. Thompson, far side one-timer, and that ricochets out of play. That might have hit Stolarz in the face mask area as he adjusts that after the shot.
Yeah, but it's good. They're on the pucks here, and they're looking to shoot. So you don't want to just waste a lot of time working this puck around the perimeter. You want to make a couple passes and bang, then set up the shot. So Thompson's able to get a shot through. Dahlin takes a shot. It's blocked by Jake McCabe early in that one. The puck does not come out. The Sabres able to keep that one alive. So 2-man advantage here for another minute 28.
Face off to the right of the Leafs net. Sabres from right to left here in the first. Dahlin, middle of the zone. Thompson, left circle. Dahlin, one-timer. And that ricochets up and out of play.
I think Jake McCabe might have got a piece of that one as he was coming out and addressing Dahlin as he was taking the shot. So when you take the one-timer, even though you're on a 5-on-3, you got to get it off quick. You can't just wait because one of those guys is going to get in that shooting lane. And this one was slow. It was a bobbler coming across from Tage Thompson. And Jake McCabe is able to get down in front of that one and goes off his leg or his stick and up and over the glass.
Sabres win the draw. Benson back to Dahlin. Thompson on the right side. Down to the goal line for Benson. Thompson high slot with a shot. It's blocked again. McCabe down on the way of that. And Toronto will clear it for the first time in this kill. So they'll get a bit of a change And the Sabres come back here.
They got in a little too tight there, Dan. They had two guys down in front of the net, but the guys that are going to shoot the puck got in a little too far.
Stick breaking for Dahlin as he entered the zone and tried to get towards the net. He's gone to the bench. Sabres holding possession here, of course, with a 5-on-3, no real pressure. At the line, look out, Thompson leaves it. Dahlin just kept it in. Dahlin, near side, Alex Tuck on his forehand. Up to Dahlin. Thompson, far side one-timer. That's blocked again. And I can see the quickness you're talking about that has to happen with that play. Dahlin. Shot again blocked, and then it's cleared down the ice.
The D are getting in too tight. The guys that are taking the shot are getting too tight to the three defenders down low. You got to stay back a little bit. Give yourself some working room.
Thompson to Benson tried to tap that one in at the near post. Zucker in front of the net. Sabres try to make it a little dirty in front of the cage there. It's not going to work. It's cleared down the ice, and that'll take care of both penalties. We're going to stay 2-2 after the Sabres had 5-on-3 against Toronto, but his own entry here for Buffalo with Doan going to the net. The pass out of the corner. Doan backhand near post, and that one stopped by Stolarz. Puck rolls down to the Buffalo end, and this will be an icing call against Toronto. So still an opportunity here for the Sabres' perhaps second offensive group.
Yeah, but that's a huge victory right there for the Toronto Maple Leafs, killing off that 5-on-3, especially a minute 58 long. Hey, Sabres looked to take the shot. They were in shot mentality. They had 3 or 4 of them blocked. Good blocks by the Toronto Maple Leafs. But still, I think the longer it went, the tighter they got. You got to stay spread out a little bit. You got to give a little room so you can maybe have a better chance of getting that puck past the guy that's coming out to addressing you. And just the more they passed, the tighter they got, and everything got to the middle of the ice, and then you're not getting that shot through.
Leaf players are also, full sellouts on the blocks too. So
yeah, but when you're taking a few shots from the top, which is great, you want to establish that. Then if it's not getting through, you start working the down low play. Try a couple of those, and then it draws the guys back down, and then it opens up the top side again. But they did not try a down low play there at all.
Toronto in their own end. Carlo will play it off the boards. Matthews stood up there as he tried to chip it outside the line. McMellenstein got a piece of him. Matthews now carries it over the line, fires a shot, and a good stick there, dragging that shot wide of the goal. Play stays behind the net. McMahon and Matthews. Sabres with good numbers down low as Connor Timmins and Samuelson doing the work, getting some help for the forwards. But off the end wall, a chance for Matthews in front, stopped by Lyon. Brought that right from below the goal line out front, untouched. Lyon makes the save. Sabres on the counter. Ballenstein drops it back. McLeod in on the rush. He's behind the Toronto goal. Working against Nylander. That puck comes free. Carlo missed it. And then it comes outside the zone. It'll roll back into the Buffalo end. And Alex Tuck will pick it up with 3:07 to go in a 2-2 first period. Tuck plays it onto the wing. Here's McLeod. Turns to his forehand. Cross-ice pass into the middle for Byron with a blast. Rebound in front. And no shot able to get off the stick that time before Toronto clears it out of the zone.
Racing.
There's Josh Doan, who was hoping to get a shot from that slot area, but just got tied up a little bit too much.
Only got 2:49 left here in this period. You're tied up. You've had some good chances. You've had some good luck. Just don't become individual here. Keep working and doing the things you're doing. You got Toronto backed off when you're coming with speed. Start using a little speed coming up the ice. Get them back in their zone a little bit. The majority of this game has been played here in the Toronto zone.
Face off to the right of the Toronto net. Ostlund out there at the dot, wins the draw. Here's Metsa for the point with a shot. That's blocked, and it's a breakaway chance for Nyes. Nyes on a break. Lyon out to challenge. Nyes hits the pad as Lyon kept it low to the ice. Trying to sneak it through, perhaps the 5-hole, but it wasn't there. A few times already this season we've seen Sabres goaltenders have to stop breakaways to hold momentum.
They shouldn't be getting in behind you there. One of those D, you got to realize this and get backed off a little bit. If they're going to be spying guys through the neutral zone like that, you've got to be aware. You can't give those opportunities up as much as you can.
Jack Quinn gained the line there, but the Sabres could not keep it in the Toronto zone, so it's deep for Dakota Joshua. Off to the left of the Buffalo net. Byram carries it behind the net, and he'll carry it up pretty much on his backhand to center. Now played onto the wing. He's going to join the rush. Down below the goal line, gets the puck sent his way. That time by Benson. Darlene fires it back down to Benson behind the net. He knows he's going to be there. That's where he lives. Benson against the boards. Leafs try to pass it to the middle of the ice, and they find a way to get it out and down the ice. It's very slow icing if they give it. They're not going to. Byram's not happy. 1:26 to go in the opening period. Sabres will start with Timmins. Up ahead now for Doan, and offside they go. McLeod was looking like he might have been the first over the line. Either way, 1:17 left on the clock in the first. They're busy on the score sheet, tied at 2. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
It's Eric Wood. With temperatures dropping, the last thing you want is a chilly home. That's where Blue Star Home Services comes in, keeping your heating system running like a winning team so your home stays safe, reliable, and comfortable. And right now, when you install a new high-efficiency Lennox Elite heating system, monthly payments can be as low as $58 a month. With hundreds of 5-star reviews, trust Blue Star to deliver comfort for your home. Get started. Visit BlueStarHS.com today.
When your team's best players have all been traded and the latest pick is overrated, just raise a glass with a friend or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. May your team be great and your picks be true, and if it falls apart you'll know what to do. Just raise a glass with a fan or two and tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. It's a crazy world, so what do? You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more do. Hey!
Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, imported by William Grant & Sons Inc.
In Western New York, we get to the game no matter what. That means an all-wheel drive SUV you can count on, and that means Honda. And right now, your Upstate Honda dealer has outstanding deals on Honda's all-star lineup, including MVPs like CR-V, HR-V, and the Honda Pilot. And right here, right now, there's never been a better time to get a great deal on an award-winning Honda SUV. For deals and details, visit upstate.hondadealers.com today.
WGR Sports Radio 550.
KeyBank Center with a Toronto-Buffalo Sabres rivalry matchup here tonight to get the weekend started. Same two teams go at it tomorrow in Toronto. We'll be back on MSG and, of course, on the Sabres Hockey Network on the radio as well.
Yeah, remember the 50-50, guaranteed $25,000. In this one, you get them online. You don't have to be here. Just in New York State.
Yes. Here's Benoit trying to get it out for the Leafs over on the far side out of their own zone. Not the best pass to clear the zone. The Sabres chip it right back in. And again, if the Sabres forecheck can...
Yeah, when they have got that, Dan, the Leafs have been sloppy with the puck. And they need to take advantage of that.
Alex Tuck off the boards. That would be just as slow an icing call as the Byram non-call. So they equal out there that both are not icing. And McCabe stands behind the net with 37 seconds. Takes a look up ice. Opts for Benoit, left side center. Dumped in behind the net where Darlene is there. For Zucker on the left wall. Back to the right side. Quinn, who's been flying lately. Try to pass that one inside, but the Leafs force it out. 18 seconds to go in the period. Sabres will try it again. Left side entry. Power joins the play. Quinn with the puck following him somewhat. Then it goes to the corner. Now Lorentz with 7 seconds leads 3 back for Toronto. Domi can't handle the pass clean, and Oslin takes care of the puck as he plays it back to Darlene, and that ends period number 1, tied at 2.
Not a bad period. Started to get a little sloppy there near the end. The Sabres not able to capitalize on that 5-on-3. Hopefully it doesn't come back to haunt them a little bit. But when they continue to get pressure on this Toronto Maple Leaf team, not only the forwards, but especially the D, they're having trouble. So you got to keep the pressure on them here for the remaining 2.
Samuelson and Kulik, Nylander and Matthews. Your goal scorers so far, Brian Koziel in conversation with many, including Pat Malacaro, who's at the World Series game number 1 tonight, coming up at the first intermission right now. And before that, of course, it'll be Paul Hamilton with one of the Sabres players. So send it to Brian.
Okay, guys, thank you. 2-2, Buffalo and Toronto. Let's go down to Paul Hamilton now for get his thoughts here after 1.
Thanks, Brian. Matthias Samuelson is the first goal scorer joining us here. Matthias, look at the overall period, both on the offensive end and the defensive end. What are your thoughts?
Doing some good things offensively, getting our chances, putting it behind their D, making them get back. But
definitely have to clean up some things defensively and limit their chances. I think 2 breakaways there. That can't happen. So good offensively, definitely clean up some things on the D side.
What did you see on your goal? It looked like a good read by you, but what else did you see from your teammates?
Just tried to join the rush. As the 4th man, Clouder made a really nice play. I'm pretty sure it was Donor flash screen the goalie, so it took away his eyes, so it gave me an opportunity to beat him. And I was just lucky enough to be the one in the slot that gets to shoot it, but good play all around from those guys.
Did you see the hole there when you shot it on Stolarz?
I was definitely trying to go upper left part of the net. Pretty nice shot for me, I guess. So, I'll take it.
And offensively, I'm sure you want to do the same things and just in the second period, just clean up a few things defensively?
For sure, yeah. Limit their chances. I think, they obviously have some good players that can put the puck in the net. So just try to limit their chances and, still get ours at the other end.
Thanks for your time, Matthias.
Thank you.
Matthias Samuelsson. Brian, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. Samuelsson getting Buffalo on the board, and then the scoring frenzy started. Nylander on the next shift, and then Kulik just over a minute later. It was 2-1 Sabres, and then Matthews later on the power play. Buffalo had a golden opportunity to get the lead back, a 5-on-3 for a minute 58, and they did not score. All right, for more analysis, let's go down to Paul. Paul, there are a lot of goals there to talk about, but maybe the Sabres are going to be sitting there thinking about the one that they couldn't get on that almost 2-minute 5-on-3 advantage.
You know what I thought? I thought Buffalo was too stationary. They allowed 3 guys to easily cover them. Well, get moving and get those 3 guys moving. So if you get movement and get those 3 guys moving, you're going to have guys open. But I thought they got too stationary, and Toronto was able to get sticks in front of passes. They were able to block some shots. The best chance came from Tage Thompson, and just what we were talking about at the beginning of the game, he doesn't have his radar yet. He ripped it wide. I mean, I think had he put it on net, he had a good chance. But he's just in the wide mode right now, or high and over the net mode right now, and it hasn't been going in for him, and he got a couple of shots blocked. So they really didn't have that. I think was the best and only really good opportunity they had on the 5-on-3. And they have been doing well in the power play, but they haven't had a 5-on-3 yet this year, and that one certainly I don't think was a very good one.
Paul, the passing on the Kulik goal from the Sabres, very, very impressive. Benson to Thompson to Kulik, where he finishes right in front of the net. That was one of the better passing plays of the season for Buffalo, I thought.
Yeah, just a gorgeous goal. But even the way Yuri Kulik was able to score on it, that's a goal scorer's goal. Had that been somebody else, he might not have been able to put it away, but Yuri Kulik knows how to score goals. So it's just a gorgeous one. I mean, 5-on-5, the Sabres are ahead 2-1. So that was a very nice goal also that they produced. And, Yuri Kulik is starting to see the puck go in the net for him, which is something I know he is happy about and the team is happy about.
Paul Hamilton down in the room. We've got a 2-2 game with the Sabres and the Leafs. Paul, it seems like, too, that special teams is still going to be a factor in this game. I mean, it looks like the officials are not afraid to call penalties in the sense that usually you don't get another power play instantly after one. I know that was a high stick right in front of the official, so maybe he felt like he had to call it, but they've been willing to blow the whistle here tonight so far.
Yeah, they have. And, the power play goal, Buffalo's been very good at penalty killing, but the power play goal, is you can't leave that guy wide open for a one-timer, and Matthews definitely can't do that. And Rasmus Dahlin's got to come to the party. Rasmus Dahlin has been god-awful the last couple of games. How in the world do you let Willie Nylander get behind you twice? Not once, but twice. That's one of their best players, and he gets behind you. I mean, so far behind you. Dahlin had no clue he was there, and he scores, and then he's got to pull him down. And he didn't have his coverages were horrible last game. He's got to wake up a little bit.
Last thing, Paul, both goalies also might be a part of maybe why this is a little more high scoring. Stolarz seems to be kind of fighting the puck a little. Lyon looks, at least in my opinion, maybe like he's a little bit more sprawling here and there. I don't know what your thoughts are on how the goalies have looked through 20 minutes.
Well, Lyon almost bailed Dahlin out. He got a good piece of that puck, but it was just had enough on it that it got under him and through and over the goal line. But he had made the save, he had the right idea. It just made it all the way through. The one-timer, I'm not going to blame him on. I mean, that's Austin Matthews on a one-timer. If it hits you, fine, but he's going to score more times than not over there. Stolarz also has been very shaky. You wonder if he's going to make it through the whole game. But Lyon, made some other saves, but the breakaway, that's not an easy save, and that's also Will Nylander who's coming down on you. But you still have to, make a big save and bail out your teammate if you can.
Paul, thanks so much. We'll talk to you later on tonight.
Okay.
All right, Paul down there in the Sabres room with one of the Buffalo goal scorers, Matthias Samuelsson, Kulik the other, Nylander and Matthews for Toronto, 2-2 and a high-flying first period. All right, when we come back, highlights and stats and scoreboard and a World Series preview, all coming up here along the way as we roll on here on a Friday night from KeyBank Center. Sabres and Leafs, 2-2 after one period. This is Buffalo Sabres Radio.
Relax at Relax Honda. Wherever, whenever, and however you want to do business, we're here to help. Choose from our large selection of nearly 200 new Hondas in inventory, as well as pre-owned Honda models to fit just about any budget. Whether you buy or lease, pick new or used, have a trade-in or not, you deserve a hassle-free experience getting into the Honda you want. Relax. We got this at Relax Honda, 3590 Southwestern Boulevard and RelaxHonda.com. Visit us today. You'll be glad you did.
At the UPS store, we get it. Being a small biz owner requires grit and hustle, but you don't have to do it alone. We've got your back. You put your heart and soul into your biz, we put ours into packing and shipping. While you're keeping track of your custom-made orders, our mailboxes are keeping your packages safe. Because we're here to help you be unstoppable with shredding, printing, notary, and more. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks Vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-337-4200. 800-337-4200. Again, that's 800-337-4200.
The radio home of the Buffalo Sabres. We are through 20 minutes of hockey. Live from KeyBank Center. Here's your host, Brian Cozio.
Quick up to Thompson on the right side. He's in the Toronto zone. In front, scores! What a setup! Great finish on the play by the Sabres. And Yuri Kulik cashes in with a beautiful finish. Well, that was a 1-2-3 beauty to make it 2-1 Buffalo.
Real pretty passing. Benson and Thompson setting up Yuri Kulik at 6-12. That put Buffalo up 2-1. We're 2-2 right now as we welcome you back to KeyBank Center. And our first period stats brought to you by Level Financial Advisors, helping you retire better. Visit levelfa.com. The shots were 12-9 Buffalo. The Sabres, though, without a goal on their big power play, 0 for 2 and a minute 58. They had it for a 5-on-3 variety. Toronto is 1 of 2. Stolarz in net has made 10 saves. Lyon for the Sabres has made 7. All right, World Series preview and the NHL scores when we return. We'll take another time out here on the Intermission Report. 2-2 Buffalo and Toronto. This is Buffalo Sabres Radio.
Hockey lives here.
With a shot turned out and poked wide by Aho. He swings a wraparound.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
This season, New Era Cap and Josh Allen are teaming up for a cause that hits close to home and close to the heart. At every Bills home game, Josh wears a one-of-a-kind New Era cap, each one custom designed by a young patient at Oshai Children's Hospital. Every cap is signed by Josh and then auctioned off, with all proceeds benefiting the Patricia Allen Fund to support kids and families in need. Even on the road, the mission doesn't stop. New Era keeps it going strong. To see these incredible designs and learn more, visit neweracap.com/Josh.
Sal Capaccio here from my friends at Northtown Automotive. Northtown is growing with 3 new state-of-the-art dealerships. Experience the brand new Northtown Volkswagen now open in Amherst, or step into luxury at the all-new Genesis of Buffalo on Main Street in Williamsville. And coming later this year, their second Northtown Subaru dealership in the Cheektowaga-Lancaster area. 3 new reasons to choose Northtown. Find whatever you're looking for anytime at northtownauto.com. Northtown Automotive, the official dealership of the Buffalo Bills.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-979-3168. 800-979-3168. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-979-3168.
WGR Sports Radio 550.
Welcome back to KeyBank Center here on the Intermission Report. Sabres and Leafs are tied at 2 as we get our scoreboard now brought to you by Fiegel Car and Joyce, your border attorneys. And with that, we're going to go to Toronto live. Our Pat Malacaro, also part of our Sabres Radio Network team. He's up there covering the series. Pat, I know we're just minutes away from Game 1. What's it like?
It is loud here. Almost 44,000 in attendance. Just looking part of the American and Canadian anthems. Playing with Savage, the former Bison starter this year, making his 7th Major League appearance, rocketing up the organizational ladder all year. Set to face Blake Snell. Both starters are warming up in the bullpen. And Tito Gaston, the manager of the back-to-back World Championship Blue Jay teams, is about to throw a solo first pitch. The place here in Toronto has been, the gates were open at 5 o'clock, and it has been buzzing all day long.
All right, Pat, thank you. Enjoy Game 1. We'll be checking in with you after the second intermission.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, Pat in Rogers Center. Cool scene there. And we've heard some Let's Go Blue Jays chants here as well at KeyBank Center from the Leafs fans. All right, what's else happening? Let's go to the NHL now. There are 3 other games tonight. The Sharks and the Devils have just started the second period in Newark, and they are all tied up at 1 apiece. 3 minutes into the second in Columbus, Blue Jackets and Capitals are still scoreless. And starting in about 5 minutes in Winnipeg, the Jets host the Flames. So, again, Pat live at the Rogers Center with the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. It's about set to get started in Game 1 of the World Series. We'll have another live update from Pat coming up after period number 2. Timeout here. When we come back, Dan and Rob with period 2. A wild first period. Leafs and Sabres are tied up 2 apiece. Period 2 is coming up. I'm Brian Coleshill. Thanks for listening. This is the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Right here for the big plays and the big wins. Right here for the longest passes and the toughest runs. For the highlights, the cheers, and all the hey-hey-hey-hey. At Univera Healthcare, we know what it takes to be here for Western New York teams, both on and off the field. Because our home, our hearts, and our focus are always right here. And not to mention, our favorite team is too. Learn more and explore plans at theuniveradifference.com.
It's a game-changing move in the world of accounting and advisory. Freed Maxick has joined forces with Witham, the 22nd largest public accounting and advisory firm in the nation. We're powering up performance with a shared vision to deliver even greater value to our clients in Western and Upstate New York. Experience the transformative power of Witham plus you. That's the power in the plus. Visit Witham.com/New York to learn more.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-329-2121. That's 800-329-2121.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Welcome back. We're about to get the second period underway. Little news note that happened earlier today. I'm sure they've spoken about it on GR and other stations on the network. But Razor Radim Merkus sent to Seattle, the Western Hockey League today, reassigned. Yeah. Everyone probably knew that's where he would end up, and it's a good place for him to continue.
It's the right place for him to be. He can go back there. He can be a star. He can continue to develop, get a lot of confidence. When he came here, he did a heck of a job, Dan, and I know left a really good impression with everybody that watched him, whether it was a fan or management. They all like this kid. He's going to be a good one. So, yeah, get back there and play and have some fun and just kind of continue to build.
Sabres from right to left in this second period. Get the play down in the Toronto zone. Doesn't stay there for long, and Power's got to put some heavy strides in there against Bobby McMahon, the 29-year-old out of Alberta, putting the pressure on down to the corner in the Buffalo zone. Now it falls to Tage Thompson on the near side. Splits a couple of Toronto forecheckers and carries with a move through center into the Toronto zone. Thompson from the goal line tries to center. Carlo has it go right back to the point for Samuelson's shot that's blocked. Leafs have had quite a few of those. Jake McCabe probably showing the most wear after that first period.
Yeah, 5 blocked shots for Jake McCabe in that first period.
Here's Thompson getting free for a shot. Glove high on Stolarz, who reaches out to make the stop, and then Benson doing Benson-like things. Not against one or two, but 3 Leaf players. Carlo, Ekman, Larson.
Yeah, but he's doing it against the right guys. He's got Matthews out there and Nylander. These are the kind of guys you want to play that game with. You want to get in their face. You want to get in their head a little bit, and every little shot after the whistle you give, just continue to do it. Coaching staff after that first period, they said, love the pace that we played at. And the biggest thing is we can't let them get in behind us for those free chances. We talked about it. I think there was 3 of them in that first period where they got in behind the Sabres and one-on-one with the goaltender. So that's the area they want to clean up.
So there are reports out there that Tyson Kozak is not on the bench to start the second period. We're still waiting for confirmation from the team. What might be up there? Took a hit in the first period. Hasn't played since then. So that would be a loss, of course, as far as a fourth-line center goes and the way he plays the straight-ahead game.
Only played a minute 49 in that first period.
Here's Benoit at the blue line. Toronto working in the Buffalo zone. Flying back between the pipes if you're just joining us, and the Sabres will carry it up. Doan with a shot, rips it right on Stolarz and makes the save. Stolarz did not look completely comfortable of where rebounds were in that first period, but there he vacuums that one in.
Yeah, and another area Stolarz has a hard time with is traffic in front. He doesn't like any of that traffic in front of him, so you got to get there. He has a hard time solving it when there's guys there finding the puck and all that. So the more you can get bottled up in front of him, the better off you're going to be because, as I said, he has a hard time finding the puck coming through traffic.
Face off to the left of the Leaf net. Sabres up to 14 shots in the game to Toronto's 9. Ekman Larsson off the face-off, tries to clear. That's knocked down for a heartbeat and then cleared out to center, but the Sabres with a step up will keep it in. Ostlund will likely see maybe a little bit more ice time. Number 86 out there once again tonight for Buffalo. Leafs out to center. Right side on the entry for Kelly Arncroft. Throws it around to the far corner. Metsa is there. Nice touch play behind the net. Clearing pass will not get out on this near side, and Lyon will put it right back in play for Byram behind the net. Now Quinn over on the right side. Some room to skate, but he opts for a pass, looking for Ostlund on the left wing, and that's turned back.
How good's Lyon look with those black pads, black gloves?
Everything.
It looks good.
The Sabres inside their own zone. Byram takes a return pass from Metsa, who goes to the bench, and the Sabres in the Leaf zone. Would love to set up some offensive time here, just working them down low out of the corners. Alex Tuch with a shot that goes wide, low glove side. Dahlin keeps it in right side, halfway down. Gets it back to the line. Gets it return pass from Krebs, and then Dahlin's blast is deflected out of play.
Yeah, just a little slow getting that one off as it came back across. And saying from the first period, when they're looking for that one-timer, you got to zip those passes across. You can't just lay them across. I know the guy that's taking the one-timer likes it when it's coming in nice and slow and you're able to get a good timing on it. But the Leafs, it's buying Leafs too much time here to get themselves in front of that one. And they're getting the pass through, but it's just not getting to where they want to go because it's either being blocked or deflected. And right there, Myers got out, able to get a stick on that one and get it up over the glass.
Face off in the Toronto zone, won by the Leafs, and Cowan works it up ice. In behind the net, Dakota Joshua, former Vancouver Canuck, trying to win it back, but the Sabres will throw it out to center ice as Alex Tuch goes rink wide with it. Right back the other way, Nicholas Waugh holds it underneath for Easton Cowan. He sent it to the front of the net, so that's broken up, and a good job there by Malenstein to get that puck up ice. Now Alex Tuch drops it. Hayden Krebs curls with it off the right wall, sends it to the net. There is a loose puck, and it just goes wide. Stolarz wasn't clear where that was at all. Malenstein down low, hit by McCabe, then dropped to the ice. And it's flipped out towards center. Back to the Sabres blue line. Power quickly turns it up. Ahead to Yuri Kulich, sandwiched by a pair of Leaf players, and Toronto will bring it back. Flipped down to the corner. McMahon racing in after it, and he goes in hard there against Timmins, who pops right back up. And the Sabres use their speed to get out of the zone. Benson, short pass, doesn't work. Nylander, look out on the near wall. Sends it cross ice, and a shot stopped by Lyon as the Leafs have players coming off the bench and late into the play here. Still tied at 2 with 16:07 to go in the second period. Sabres trying to work it out from behind their own net. Leafs with a steal, get it back again. Nylander for Carlo. Carlo in front looking for Matthews, who has it over on the left wing wall. Matthews drags a pass shot or shot pass to the low far post. Toronto forced back to the near point. Nylander high in the zone, sweeps it across the blue line. And now McMahon lets it go to Matthews in behind the net. Matthews taking a look. And he's looking for number 88. Forced back to the line by Yuri Kulich, the blue line that is. Now the Sabres get it back and some room for Power with Toronto changing.
Buffalo's going to do the same thing here.
Over on the far side, Doan trying to keep it in the zone. Alex Tuch sweeps that one wide of the Toronto net. Puck comes around the near wall. Down for the point, trying to keep it in is Metsa. McLeod looked to sweep that one in front of the net with some authority on it, but Toronto will come up with it from in front of their own net. Now he starts to play. Michelli racing down the wing. That shot wide comes out all the way to center. Now McCabe plays it. Left wing entry. Just stays on.
I don't know about that.
Puck down in the corner. Now back to the line for McCabe with a shot. And that's a glove pickup before Nyes gets there by Lyon with 14:40 to go in the second period.
Yeah, both teams here the last 2 or 3 minutes. Once they got into the offensive zone, they got the opposition running around a little bit. Good puck movement by both teams once they get in the offensive zone. It's been a little bit of a scramble at both ends here trying to get it out. But Maple Leafs, I think they picked it up a little bit here from the first period. Not quite as scrambly as what they were. And the Sabres just got to turn it up a notch here. They're doing okay, but they just got to start taking advantage of that first pass getting out of the zone. They're gaining the zone good. They got good puck possession. Now they just got to start getting the bodies and the pucks through the net here, because that's how you're going to score on this guy.
Rasmus Dahlin with the puck now as he carries up. Passes ahead for Mattias Samuelsson, but that's picked off by the Leafs coming back the other way. Yarncroke can't get to it. So interesting to note that Dahlin and Samuelsson are paired together as shots stopped by Lyon and the puck is cleared. Toronto back in their own zone. Carlo goes cross ice. Dahlin with a step up on Yarncroke, and we get a whistle.
And the puck was off Dahlin's foot up and out of play, but I imagine Lindy Ruff just trying to maybe separate Dahlin and Byram here a little bit, trying to create a little offense here. So instead of playing both of them together, separate them here and see if they can kind of squeak out a little offense in one way, get good offensive-minded defensemen on each grouping there in the top two.
Face-off just ahead of the Sabres blue line. McLeod talking with the defense tandem in behind before he leans in against Austin Matthews, who draws it back. And Dakota Mermis will send it over to the near wall. And McCabe tried to get it into the Buffalo zone, but not that deep. Now Mermis back in his own zone for Toronto. Sends it ahead to center. This is Matthews. Gains center now over the line. Down in the corner, left wing side. Back to Mermis. Top of the circle with a shot. Save, and there's a rebound. And it's Nylander that comes up with it. He'll bring it high for Mermis with a one-timer. That is blocked and deflects right to Peyton Krebs. He starts the Sabres on their way to center. McLeod carries on the left side. In behind the net with it. Looks up top. Byram comes off the bench. He lifts it to the net. Stolar steers it to the corner. McLeod meets the play down in the corner against a pair of Leafs. And now Toronto will bring it out slowly to center as Buffalo starts a change and Leafs off to dump it in. So they will change as well.
Yeah, Sabres only 3 shots here so far in this second period.
What a spin move on that far wall as the Sabres look to gain entry, but at the blue line, the Leafs stand up and turn it right back. Tavares down in the corner, one hand on the stick against Byram. Paige Thompson comes in to throw a bit of a roadblock. Good job done there. Throwing to the front of the net, looking for Tavares. But the Sabres pick it off. The referee blocks the first clearing attempt. Yuri Kulik now will go rink wide. Thompson corrals it. Holds it, drops it back. Back to Thompson. Drags a shot. Scores! Patience on offense and making plays. And Tage Thompson has put the Sabres on top 3-2 with 12:40 to go in the second period.
Well, we talked about the D getting separated, Byram and Dahlin. Well, this is the reason right here, because you got Byram out here, and he jumps up in the play, and he's the one that kind of opens things up for the Sabres, and he's the one that ended up being down by the net. Once they get in the zone, just a quick little pass. Thompson's the guy that brings it in, and then a little drop pass, and then he just kind of goes over to that far side, so he's on his forehand. Byram finds him, and the quick shot right there catches Solar's short side as Benson standing right off that post. And they get the lead back here with 12:38 left in the second.
So the Sabres have been winning a couple of games here without Tage Thompson filling the net. Good to see him get his second of the year. I'm not sure if we have a call on the ice, but we're going to break. We'll sort it out when we come back with Buffalo up 3-2. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
Verizon, the best 5G network is expensive? Think again. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to a Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Now, what to do with your unwanted bills? Maybe turn them into paper airplanes headed to See Ya Never AT&T and T-Mobile. Jokes aside, the best 5G network has you covered with the most ways to save on plans, streaming, and phone deals. So bring in your bill to your local Verizon store and we'll give you a better deal. Rankings based on root metrics from Scoreboard dated 1H 2025. Your results may vary. Must provide a postpaid consumer mobile bill dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person making the deal. Additional terms apply.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
Buffalo Sabres hockey is being brought to you by Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. Early detection of cancer is our goal. Get in the game at roswellpark.org/WGR. By Firth Jewelers. For all the moments in your life, go forth to Firth. By Figo Car and Joyce, your border attorneys. By Great Lakes Building Systems. Our business is protecting your business. And by Raylax Honda. Raylax, we got this. This is Buffalo Sabres hockey.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Annual Hockey Fights Cancer Game presented by Roswell Park Comprehensive Cancer Center. This Saturday, November 1st against the Caps. This night helps raise money and awareness for cancer research. All fans in attendance will get a Hockey Fights Cancer scarf. Purchase your tickets at sabres.com/hockeyfightscancer. If you can attend one game this year, it's a special one. So hopefully you can get out.
Very emotional night. A lot of great stories.
Yeah, inspiration. That's what people are looking for in that battle for sure. The battle here with Buffalo up 3-2. Sabres have been getting the lead in this game, and then the Leafs fight their way right back. So we'll see if Buffalo can't maybe extend the lead with some possession here as Metza from behind the net starts the Sabres on their way. Cross-ice pass looking for Ostlund, who tracks the puck down to the goal line after a failed clear by Toronto. Then it's kept in at the line. Curling with it, keeping it in play, Nicholas Waugh. Will touch it back to Carlo. Carlo, the former Boston Bruin, traded to Toronto for Fraser Minten, who we saw already this year in Boston, and we'll see again in the coming days.
At the end of the month, we're back there.
Play in the Buffalo zone. Moritz with a stick tied up nicely by Zucker. Leafs work it to the goal line, still in the corner right side. Yarncrook throws it around for Domi. Didn't get a stick on it, did number 11 for the Leafs, and it's flipped out back to the Toronto line. Puck played to open ice, but then it falls right on the stick of McCabe, and he'll just soft toss that one in behind the net. Ryan leaves it for Metza, and then he drops it for Byram. Quick up here looking for Alex Tuck, who is calling for it. Well, that's going to be an icing call with 11:05 remaining in the second period. Want to give a shout out to Joe Bowen. I know Leaf fans are not listening to the broadcast, but this is Joe's final year broadcasting Toronto Maple Leafs hockey. And he certainly is a legend and a good friend of RJ's over the years. We will see him in Toronto tomorrow night, Razor, but for our radio crew, just want to congratulate Joe on everything he's done for this game.
He's one of the best. He's one of the best at listening to, calling the games, good person. It just seems like all those guys that were so good at what they do, they're such great guys.
They love the game. That's why, and they love their job. Top of the circle shot. That is blocked, and it'll be McLeod skating it just over the line, and then stopping and flipping it into the Toronto zone. As the Sabres change at least one member of the D pair. Door is still open for more, but now that's going to close as Toronto carries it in. It's Austin Matthews down this right side. Backhander stopped by line. He just got over at the near post. One of the sneaky little backhanders by one of the game's best goal scorers. Down to the corner. Puck lifted to the line. And McCabe, who sees a ton of ice time now, of course, with Riley out and Tanev. Probably be out there most of the night. Number 22 in behind the net. Deep in Toronto territory. Quick up to the blue line, looking for that pass for Nyes. So they're trying to stretch the ice here. Here's Tavares trying to dance in. No fancy hockey lacrosse moves to be had there as the Sabres cut him off. But Benoit for the far point walks down on Ostlund. Takes it in behind the net. Now sends it back up top. Leafs working the outside for a shot on Lyon, who makes the stop, and Rasmus Dahlin will flip it up and out of play. Pretty sure that took a deflection.
Let's hope it did.
Yeah, let's hope so is right. Timeout on the ice. Doors not open for a penalty. And it's 9:46 on the clock left in the second. 3-2 Buffalo on the Sabres Hockey Network.
It's Eric Wood. With temperatures dropping, the last thing you want is a chilly home. That's where Blue Star Home Services comes in, keeping your heating system running like a winning team so your home stays safe, reliable, and comfortable. And right now, when you install a new high-efficiency Lennox Elite heating system, monthly payments can be as low as $58 a month. With hundreds of five-star reviews, trust Blue Star to deliver comfort for your home. Get started. Visit BlueStarHS.com today.
What sets us apart from other advisors is our white glove, proactive approach to customer service, frankly.
Michael Hebert, Chief Operating Officer, Level Financial Advisors.
People have entrusted us to manage their assets and financial outcomes, and that's something that we hold sacred here.
Level Financial Advisors experience can help you implement your financial plan for a successful retirement. Call or text now 727-5047. That's 727-5047.
Paid actors represent actual claims.
My attorneys at the Barnes firm settled my job accident case for 65 times more than insurance said they'd pay. Glad I called.
After a car rear-ended me, my attorneys at the Barnes firm got me $800,000.
Hi, I'm Rich Barnes. Is your case worth more than the insurance company says? Call the Barnes firm now. You might be surprised.
I called. My case was worth $600,000.
What's your case worth? Call our Buffalo office now and find out.
Past results don't predict future outcomes. 451 Grinder, 500 Pearl.
WGR Sports Radio 550.
Latest goal in this game, scored at 7:20, even strength in the second period. Tage Thompson, second of the year from Byram, and Yuri Kulik. Kulik's first assist on the season. And hoping, of course, with playing on a line with Tage Thompson, with Norris out for an extended period of time. Unfortunately, early in the season, that number for Yuri should start popping.
Yeah, because you know what? He's going to get a lot of room out there, and he's a shooter, and if he just continues to keep shooting the puck, because guys are going to be concentrating on Tage. They're going to be looking, where's Tage? It's going to open up an awful lot for this guy.
Yeah, he wants guys to have eyes on him a little bit, right? Give Tage a little more room at the same time. Yeah. So here's Tage Thompson with it now for Benson. He'll flip it down the wall as Michelli back after it, plays it into the far corner. Here comes the pressure by Buffalo, and somebody, Leaf player tripped up down to that far corner and still not up. Now skating very gingerly, but staying in the play as the pass of the blue line is picked off, and the Leafs come back here on a counter.
That's Oliver Ekman-Larsson getting a little push from Carlo to the bench. He was not feeling good.
Go to Joshua at the line, pressured. Can't get the middle. Tavares, doesn't matter where he shoots the puck from, number 91. 498 career goals. That one up and out of play.
He's dangerous every time he gets the puck on his stick, whether he's going to shoot it or pass it. He's in a superior passer, too. He can find guys in the open. He's taking a look at that replay on Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Tage Thompson go in, and they get caught knee to knee as they go in to make that contact down in the low. And Ekman-Larsson has stayed on the bench. He hasn't left for the Toronto Maple Leafs, but probably not feeling 100%.
Ostlund to take the draw in the Buffalo zone here off to the left of Alex Lyon with 8:54 remaining. 3-2 Buffalo, shots even at 17 apiece. Dakota Joshua steps in, and Ostlund wins the faceoff.
And just got the talk here. Kozak out, lower body. So
off the draw, the puck was lifted out of play. Go ahead.
As you see, a few of those guys are going to start getting a little extra ice time. You're already noticing that Ostlund playing a little bit more. You're going to see Yuri Kulik, McLeod, all of them are going to start subbing in. Depends on the situation here in the game and the time.
You know, you're seeing a lot of this around the league, Rob. It's not, you know, nobody's on an island here dealing with injuries. You know, we're talking about Toronto tonight.
Everybody's doing it.
Yeah, everyone is dealing with some really key players out, and a lot of it coming from battles and block shots. So the guys are committed here early in the year. Leafs try to feed a pass through from Nicholas Waugh, cutting to the net. Sabres break it out, get it to center. Here's Quinn. He'll leave it for Jason Zucker, who we thought might have been a problem after he left the game last time out, but he's in the lineup here tonight. Here's Byram now with some real estate in front of him to get to the Leaf line and in. Options here. Doan with a shot, and that's off the glove. I don't know if it hit the outside of that far post, but Stolar's got the glove on it first. And then the puck comes out near center. Leafs get it across the line. Deflected pass falls to Byram. He'll put it off the boards, just get it out center ice, and following up is McLeod. He puts it behind the net. Stolarz is there, plays it to the corner. McMahon tips it to the line. That did come out. And Byram's attempt was a good one, but it's offside.
Yeah, when we talk about Tyson Kozak being out, you're going to rotate those centermen in because you don't want to cut down to 3 lines here. You're in a back-to-back situation. You're still only halfway through this hockey game, so in most cases, it depends on the score. You may see it later in the game, but right now, Lindy Ruff's got to continue to roll those 4 lines, get everybody a piece of the ice time out there. And
you do have the benefit of guys, it's not to interrupt, but guys who can play wing and center. And
yeah, you just see Osland out there with Krebs and Mallenstein now. So you probably lean on the younger guys because at some point here, you got to start thinking about tomorrow as well, Frank.
Here is Osland, left wing to the Toronto line, and keeping the game simple would be the best recipe there. And not to burn yourself out in this game if you're getting double shifted.
Yeah, and some of those guys are playing power play, penalty kills, so they're getting the extra ice time there. So you got to try to slide Osland in here in 5-on-5 play.
Sabres playing with the lead by 1 at 3-2. Trying to win the puck possession game. They get it deep in the Toronto zone. Krebs behind the net. Down to the corner comes Dahlin. He'll pass it back around to Krebs. Backhand take on the far wall, right wing side. Edge of the circle. Still holding it. Plays it to the circle. Now walking in is Samuelsson. Scores! What a dart that was from Mattias Samuelsson. It's his second of the game, and the Sabres have a extended lead now at 4-2 with 6:50 to go in the second period.
Great shot here by Samuelsson. He comes down, just a wrist shot. No wind up, nothing. Just corrals it, bang, takes the quick shot. He's got Yuri Kulik planted in front, but it's Peyton Krebs, I think, makes the pass from the far corner right out to the top of the face-off circle, and by the time Samuelsson takes a shot, he's right on the face-off circle, and the quick shot, far post and in. And Stolarz comes way out, and that's Dahlin that makes that pass across. Krebs keeps it in, down to Dahlin, and a quick pass across, so D getting highly involved here in this one.
Mattias Samuelsson, if he can continue this kind of groove both defensively and adding some offense in his game, it's like an extra pickup on defense for Buffalo, because he admitted to, and talking to him in Montreal, he had a long way to go to get his game back to where he wants it to be. But he got 2 here.
A lot of that's confidence.
Yes.
You know, like, you're put in a situation to do a role, but if you start contributing the way he's been able to here in this game, and he's had a pretty decent season to this point, that confidence can change a player so quickly.
Here's Tage Thompson to the Buffalo line with a takeaway, trying to get to the Leaf blue line before he's turned back. And then it's played over here back in the Buffalo zone to Byram. Zach Benson, who appears to have shed the visor. Sabres wearing the black and red jerseys here tonight for the first time this season. Thompson on the far wall, not a bad idea, keeping it pinned there with a 2-goal lead. In the Toronto end of the ice with this line, the top line, and Matthews, McCann, and Nylander on the ice. Well, they got knives out there now with this group. And that's Michelli, I beg your pardon, 63 with Tavares. So they're in the middle of a line change as Lyon tries to hold the net. Oh, what a save on the line, Dahlin.
I don't know if that went in behind Dahlin. That might have been...
Well, we'll hear the horn go if it did get in behind him. Because Toronto's already looking at it. Wave a timeout
right here, but I don't know how that got in behind Dahlin. It didn't cross the line and come back out.
4-2. 2 goals from Mattias Samuelsson. Sabres with the lead. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
In Western New York, we get to the game no matter what. That means an all-wheel drive SUV you can count on, and that means Honda. And right now, your Upstate Honda dealer has outstanding deals on Honda's all-star lineup, including MVPs like CR-V, HR-V, and the Honda Pilot. And right here, right now, there's never been a better time to get a great deal on an award-winning Honda SUV. For deals and details, visit upstate.hondadealers.com today.
Hey, it's Bulldog here. This football season, make sure your grilling is championship quality. Stop in at Dash's Market for their awesome homemade sausage, steaks, burgers, Salem's or Wadinsky's hot dogs, and great selection of beers and seltzers, too. Look for their specials online or in store. You can check out Dash's quality produce, fresh baked goods, local deli brands, and delicious foods from their Market Side Cafe. You can visit Dash's on Klein in Williamsville, Maine and Clarence, Colvin and Kenmore, and Hurdle Avenue in North Buffalo. Shop the family of finer foods. Dash's Market, serving Western New York's football fans for over 100 years.
Hey, Buffalo, this is our town, our team, our pride. Just like our hometown football team, Dynabrade is built for success, made right here in Buffalo, and driving excellence around the world with powerful, precise, American-made tools. Built with precision, driven by passion, defined by pride. At Dynabrade, it's how we win. For over 50 years, we've built greatness through innovation, determination, and true Buffalo spirit. Be inspired. Be Buffalo. Be Dynabrade. Visit Dynabrade.com today.
WGR Sports Radio 550.
Back 4-2, Buffalo with the lead on Toronto second period. Fans, you can find the matchups that work best for you and build your own 5-game pack today. Enjoy savings on single-game pricing, priority access to playoff tickets, and the flexibility to bundle your favorite games. Visit sabres.com/5 to purchase yours today.
Now that shot across goes right off of Darlene, off the crossbar and out. It goes off the backside of the, right at the numbers of Darlene, off the crossbar and out. So did not enter the net. And 50-50 draws over 26,000 now. So good job, everybody out there.
Face off in the Buffalo zone with 5:40 remaining in period number 2. And looks like the Sabres centerman here, McLeod, is being waved out of the face-off circle. Now the sticks are down, and Buffalo wins possession her way from Tavares, who took the draw for Toronto. Here's Nyes in the corner. He's met right away by Timmins. Sabres will skate it just shy of the blue line before it's Alex Tuck playing it across. Timmins carries it in from McLeod on the left wing down to the goal line in front, looking for the deflection, but Stolars reaches a stick out and knocks it away. Leafs trying a pass up ahead. That's knocked away. Sabres come back on the counter. Here's Doan holding it in behind the net. Tries to bank it in. Did he? He says it did. Referee says no. Well, we'll wait again to hear if any kind of buzzer goes off from Toronto. And as of now, it remains 4-2 Buffalo. Here's McLeod. Brought down as he gets to the line. No call. Quinn trying to center it in front. Leafs get it back again. McCabe sends it ahead for Waugh. Waugh gets it back. Right side with it. Down to the goal line now behind the net. Over in the far corner. Waugh for Benoit with a shot. And that deflects to the corner off to the right of Alex Lyon. Metsa looking for help in the shape there of Bo Byram, who can't clear it. Tough spot for Byram, but he does a good job and got some help from Zucker to get it out to center. And a glove pass by Toronto stops the play. So close calls at both ends of the ice, the latest coming from the Buffalo Sabres.
Yeah, no horn coming here. Let's see that again quick. It looks like it maybe went across, hit the far. Goes off the skate of Stolarz, hits the far post, and then out. So that did not go into the net. And as you said, Dan, two very, very close calls. One at each end of the ice there, and that one did not go in.
The hockey gods, one for each team, are in here swatting them away. Take your pick of who that might be in the history of these two franchises. As the puck comes back to the Buffalo line, it's going to roll right to Lyon, and he just sweeps it below the goal line. Puck comes to the middle between the circles. Tage Thompson will skate away with it and throw it down deep into the Leafs corner. Good stick there by Kulik, keeping Domi at bay for a moment, but eventually Toronto finds a way to shoot it into the Buffalo zone. Yarbrough double team in the corner. Samuelsson, nice little touch pass to his partner now for this game. It appears Rasmus Dahlin. He'll play it onto the wing. Continues his way into the Toronto zone. Benson behind the net. Gone for a spill. Dahlin has the puck. Back towards Benson. Into the corner. Thompson shielding it on his backhand. Now forehand pass up top. Power gives it back to Thompson with a shot. And Stolarz just found the area between the pipes to get back square and make that stop with 3:20 remaining in this period. Puck lifted down into the Buffalo end. Quick up to center. This is McLeod on the left side. He dumps it into the corner. Malenson off the bench, putting pressure on Dakota Mermis. At the line, that's going to come outside. The linesman hollered it as soon as that play was attempted there by Power.
Oh, he just stuck that leg out trying to keep it in with his skate. Just out over the line, just a hair. But hey, the Sabres got it going here now. They're skating, they're moving the puck. They got guys driving through.
They have found a rhythm, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. They, you know, at the end of that first period, got a little sloppy. Passes weren't good, but they've been very sharp here so far in the second period. So when they're moving their way and working their way up the ice here, it's bang, bang, bang. So it's not fighting pucks. It's not trying to chase down pucks. It's to the stick, and they're able to make plays with it.
Leafs in their own zone. Pass to the blue line, picked off by the Sabres, and they'll fire it right back in. Malenstein finishing a check. This will roll back, and Timmins far circle in the Sabres' end. Quick pass for Byram. That's tipped over center, down towards Stolarz. He almost made a jackpot of that at the side of the net. Does wind up turning it over on the near wall as he plays it right to Krebs. Sabres on the far side. Ostlund to the middle of the ice. No shot from Malenstein. Malenstein chases after it along with Krebs along the near wall. Leafs lift it out before center. Buffalo gloving it down. And now Timmins combining along with Byram to get the Sabres out of the zone. Right side up. Zucker will stop and go there on Benoit to buy some room. Fires a shot, trying to go near side glove on Stolarz, and that's out of play.
Yeah, Zucker just getting deep there on the hash marks and turning, firing it to the net, trying to catch him off guard, and Stolarz just kind of runs across with his glove, and he goes off the glove and up and out of play. But you know, you see the Sabres here just finding their way. You know, they didn't get down. They're kind of coming into this period. Started taking this game over a little bit, and they're playing an awful lot of this second period in the Toronto zone.
Ostlund back onto the ice for Buffalo, now up to 8.5 minutes of game time with just under 2 left in this period. Here's Zucker down the right side. Working on Tavares. Turns to fire another shot towards the net. That goes up into the air. Ostlund comes up with it. Quinn over in the far corner will bring it up. And then send it back down low. Zucker below the goal line. Got thoughts of coming out, but was forced wide. Sabres keep possession. Samuelsson wants 3. Fires that one just wide of the far post.
I don't blame him. I'd be shooting too.
Tavares out of the corner. Carlo right between the dots. And now the Maple Leafs will come to center. Pass under the wing. Not much room there for Matias Maccelli. Bit of a reach around by Waugh, trying to get the puck back, but Ostlund gets it out of the zone. Nice play. And it's off of Maccelli into the corner in the Leaf zone. Pressure being put on by Benson before Toronto gets it outside the line. Then they turn it right back to Benson. Dakota Joshua with the backhand clear to center. Under a minute remaining in this second period. Sabres look to finish it clean here. Here's Cowan from behind the net trying to center it. Cowan again with a bouncing puck. Waugh in behind the net. As they battle low out front for a shot, stopped by Lyon. He read that play, Lyon. He challenged Waugh, got right on top of his stick. Dakota Joshua back to the line. Leafs working it here in the last minute to try to get it within 1. 23 seconds left. Toronto still with the puck and in behind the net. Trying to walk it out front. Lyon meets the play and stabs the glove at the puck and holds on with 17 seconds remaining in the second period.
Yeah, he's able to do that because Timmins did an excellent job just pushing his guys over to the side there, just eliminating everybody from the front of the net. And About enough time for Lyon just to reach out. Him and Darlene both doing a great job in front, just tying up guys that kept good space in front of the net. Toronto really hasn't been able to get to the top of that blue paint here. Early they did a little bit, but not here in the second period. They've done a really nice job of just boxing guys out, and anytime Toronto's got in there, they've had to pay a huge price to get themselves into that area.
That's the most amount of running around time in the Buffalo zone that Toronto's done in a while, so Sabres are really full credit for this second period. They want to close it out. McMahon plays it in behind the net. Nylander shoved off the puck. 8 seconds to go. Ekman Larson comes down for the point. Byram keeps the puck pinned in the skates. Now it comes free. McLeod wants to pin it against the wall. Good communication. You can hear them hollering time on the clock down there, and it's a 4-2 lead for Buffalo after 2.
Yeah, they got themselves buzzing here. They got themselves rolling. They're continue to get good saves here from Alex Lyon, but capitalizing on the chances they got in that second period.
So Kozak will not return to the game. That's one of the lead stories on the night. The other, Matthias Samuelsson, is a goal away from a hat trick in a 4-2 Buffalo lead over Toronto as we send it to Brian Cozy.
Thank you, Dan. Yeah, the first time in his career, 2 goals in a game for Matthias Samuelsson. His 4th goal has Buffalo up by 2 right now. It is 4-2 through 40 minutes. All right, Paul Hamilton's take when we come back as the Sabres leading the Leafs here. The first of 2, these 2 teams will play tomorrow north of the border in Toronto. But intermission report coming up next with Paul. 4-2 Buffalo as we head to the second period intermission on Buffalo Sabres Radio.
If you've crossed the border with a conviction on your record, consider yourself lucky.
Jamie Fiegel of Fiegel Car and Joyce.
Whether it's a DWI, drug charge, or any other conviction, Canada doesn't forget. Eventually, you'll get stopped. Don't risk your reputation or your business. I can help, because next time, it's not luck. It's a red flag.
Make the right choice. Call Fiegel Car and Joyce at 810-2121 or visit yourborderattorneys.com.
Gold is at a historic high, and Firth Jewelers is ready to help you cash in. Hey, Sal Capaccio here. Bring in your gold, old jewelry, broken pieces, anything, and they'll take a look. Purchasing at top dollar, Firth makes it simple to trade in your gold for cash or trade up for a stunning new piece of jewelry. I've been a Firth fan for years, and the Firth family has been helping generations make life's special moments unforgettable. Trust me, you'll be a fan too. Go forth to Firth. Firth Jewelers, Military Road in Niagara Falls.
At the UPS store, we get it. Being a small biz owner requires grit and hustle, but you don't have to do it alone. We've got your back. You put your heart and soul into your biz, we put ours into packing and shipping. While you're keeping track of your custom-made orders, our mailboxes are keeping your packages safe. Because we're here to help you be unstoppable with shredding, printing, notary, and more. Most locations are independently owned. Product, services, pricing, and hours of operation may vary. See Center for details. The UPS store. Be unstoppable. Come into your local store today.
Relax at Relax Honda. Wherever, whenever, and however you want to do business, we're here to help. Choose from our large selection of nearly 200 new Hondas in inventory, as well as pre-owned Honda models to fit just about any budget. Whether you buy or lease, pick new or used, have a trade-in or not, you deserve a hassle-free experience getting into the Honda you want. Relax. We got this at Relax Honda, 3590 Southwestern Boulevard and RelaxHonda.com. Visit us today. You'll be glad you did.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-536-9607. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-536-9607 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-536-9607 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-536-9607.
The radio home of the Buffalo Sabres. We are through 40 minutes of hockey. Live from KeyBank Center. Here's your host, Brian Koziol.
4-2 Buffalo the score as we welcome you back here to KeyBank Center. Brian Koziol with you here along the Sabres Radio Network. 2 goals in that period, both for the home team. Thompson at 7:20. Samuelson is second of the game at 13:10. And it is a 4-2 Buffalo lead. We get our second period stats now. Brought to you by Level Financial Advisors, helping you retire better. Visit levelfa.com. The shots were 10-9 Leafs. Buffalo leading in the game, though, 21-19. No penalties in period 2, so no power plays to tell you about. Buffalo is 0 for 2 in the game. Toronto 1 of 2. In net so far, Lyon has 17 saves for the Sabres. Stolarz also with 17 saves, but he's surrendered 4 goals, where Lyon has just let in 2. All right, we're going to get another live update from the World Series. They're in the second inning from Pat Malacaro, who, of course, is normally part of our Sabres radio team, but he's up at Rogers Center. That'll be in our second segment, but right now, Paul Hamilton joining me here live in the press box to talk about this hockey game here. And, Paul, Mattias Samuelsson's the story of this game right now. 2 goals for the first time in his NHL career. He's scored twice in a game.
And you know what? He picked the corner on both of them.
Yeah.
It wasn't like just fired at the net and hope for the best. He actually, picked the open side to score, and also did a nice job in both cases to find the open area and to read the play very well, that there was a chance to jump in. Because Dahlin's already in. He's behind the net bringing the puck out. He's the one that makes the pass to Samuelsson. But Samuelsson sees the opening and gets in there, and Dahlin makes a nice pass. And so maybe that gets Dahlin going, too, because Dahlin has had 2 games where he has just been as bad as he possibly could be. So, same thing with Thompson. Maybe with one scoring and the other having a good play there, they'll calm down and wake up a little.
That's right. Paul, also this period, Josh Doan had a really good opportunity to make it 5-2. He wraps it around. He actually thought he scored. Then the replay showed it hit a couple of Leafs and then off the side of the post.
It was a very savvy play by Doan. He did exactly what he was trying to do. He was trying to bank it in off Stolarz. He hit Stolarz in the skate, and then it went up and hit the post. And unfortunately for him, he didn't get the bounce. Instead of bouncing into the net, it bounced out the other way and came out. But that's a pretty savvy play by Josh Doan. It was exactly what he wanted to do, and he did hit Stolarz, but he didn't hit him in the right place where he could bank off him and into the net.
4-2 Buffalo. We're here after 40 minutes. Paul Hamilton with us. Paul Tyson Kozak, we got an update from the team. He's not going to return tonight with a lower body injury.
Yeah, and if they need to bring somebody up, by the way, Konsta Helenius has 2 goals out of the 3 for Rochester so far in the game he's playing right now against Laval. And he's had a good start to the year, so if they need to bring somebody else up, he may get his first chance to play some NHL hockey.
Yeah, and that could be tomorrow, 5 o'clock in Toronto. Buffalo's next game is, of course, these 2 teams are going back-to-back. Paul, the Thompson goal that he gets to give Buffalo the lead back at 3-2, he obviously, gets the shot, but Benson, even though he doesn't get an assist, should get some credit there. He's in the front of the net causing some traffic in front of Stolarz.
Yeah, sure he is. And Thompson finds the open area, and then Byram makes a nice pass to him to score. And it's exactly, you and I did a little bit of research. We were sitting together before we did pregame, and we looked up last year where Thompson had 5 games where he hadn't have a goal, and then it was 5 in a row where he scored after that. Mm-hmm. It's like when he finds it and he gets his radar, then he's money after that. So let's see, after a rough start for him in the first 7 games, if he's got his radar back and now goes on a bender.
Yeah, and, we mentioned even last game how Thompson and Tuck were missing the net, and Dahlin even was missing the net. I mean, those have to be Buffalo's money players offensively, Paul. And
he did earlier on the 5-on-3. He missed the net on a great chance from the left circle.
Yeah. All right, third period here. Buffalo's got a 2-goal lead. 1 period away here from moving into 3rd place in the Atlantic. What do they got to do to finish this off?
Well, they've got the momentum. I mean, the Leafs, they didn't give the Leafs much. In that first period, they gave them 3 breakaways. In this period, they didn't give up much. They got to continue to do that, but play their game. Don't sit back. And that's what Lindy Ruff had to call that timeout when a 3-goal lead became a 1-goal lead. Ottawa?
Yeah.
And he called the timeout and got them back. Don't be afraid to have the puck. Take the puck, and they did. So that's what he's probably telling them right now. Don't be afraid to have a puck here in the 3rd period. You got a 2-goal lead. Don't let the Leafs back into it because you're sitting back. Just keep doing what you're doing, because if you do what you're doing, the Leafs aren't going to get that many scoring opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Paul, thank you so much. We will hear from you in the postgame show.
Yep.
All right, Paul will be in the locker room. We'll have player interviews and, of course, Lindy Ruff as well. 4-2 Buffalo. We'll get you highlights from the period, scoreboard, and then another live update from the World Series. Pat Malacaro is there at Rogers Center. That's all coming up. Intermission report rolling on here from KeyBank Center. This is Buffalo Sabres Radio.
Hi, this is David Bellavia. If you're a veteran that's been denied disability benefits, there's a law firm that fights for the veterans who fought for us. It's Hiller time.
I'm Tim Hiller at Hiller Comerford Injury and Disability Law. Don't take no for an answer from the VA. We'll fight every step of the way to get you the benefits you deserve.
Get a free consultation when you call 866-HILLER-LAW online at hillercomerford.com. 6000 North Bailey Avenue, Amherst, New York, 14226.
What if college didn't mean leaving your faith behind? At Houghton University, your relationship with Jesus isn't just welcome. It's the foundation to everything you'll do. Here, you'll grow in your faith as you prepare for your future. Whether you're headed for med school, the classroom, the boardroom, or anywhere else God calls you, Houghton will prepare you to live boldly for Christ. Live fearlessly at houghton.edu. That's houghton.edu.
Hey folks, it's Marty Sr. from Riverfront Auto Sales.
And I'm Marty Jr., proud to be part of the family biz.
And I'm Lil Martin. I may be the youngest, but we've got the biggest news.
That's right. The three of us are here because we're super excited to introduce something brand new, and it's going to change the way you sell your car.
So if you've been wondering how much you could sell your vehicle for, but don't want the hassle of Facebook Marketplace or strangers coming to your house, then come to riverfrontautosales.com.
Yeah, Dad, selling your car shouldn't feel like a full-time job.
That's why we're introducing Clear Car, only at riverfrontautosales.com.
Just click the Clear Car button, enter your license plate number,
and boom, you get an exact quote instantly.
No guessing, no games, no leaving the house.
You can even do it while sipping coffee in your pajamas.
Day or night, it's available 24/7. So what are you waiting for?
Go to riverfrontautosales.com and click on Clear Car today.
riverfrontautosales.com, where clarity meets convenience.
And coffee.
From Riverfront Auto Sales.
Nobody had to tell your grandparents not to drive while using their typewriters. Why should it be any different for us kids and our cell phones? Distracted driving was the cause of more than 3,000 deaths in 2022. Come on, we're smarter than this. Let's put down the phones and focus on the roads. Drive safe, everybody.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Last month, my business cash flow got tight. Sales were slow. Invoices were late. And payroll was coming fast. My business is everything, and people rely on me. I can't let them down. I applied online at lenseek.com and had business funding in 24 hours.
Business moves fast. Don't wait until it's too late. Whether it's lines of credit, term loans, working capital funding, or revenue-based financing, LendSeek is open for business. Apply now at LENDSEEK.com.
WGR Sports Radio 550.
Plays it to the circle. Now walking in is Samuelson scores. What a dart that was from Matthias Samuelson. It's his second of the game, and the Sabres have a extended lead now at 4-2 with 6:50 to go.
First multi-career goal game in the NHL for Matthias Samuelson. He's got Buffalo up 4-2 through 40 minutes as we welcome you back here to KeyBank Center. Brian Koziel with you. We'll get you to Dan and Rob at the third in a moment, but it is time for the scoreboard now, brought to you by Field Car and Joyce, your border attorneys. We're going to start with the World Series. They're heading to the bottom of the second up at Rogers Center, and we go live to one of our Sabres Radio Network team members, Pat Malacaro, who is there. Pat, both teams have had the bases loaded, but it's L.A. that took advantage.
You're right, Brian. After Trey Savage struck out Shohei Ohtani to begin the game, Ohtani left the bases loaded in the top of the second, but Kike Hernandez, driving in the former Blue Jay, Teoscar Hernandez, has given Los Angeles a 1-0 lead. Rochester native and Brighton High School product Tony Clement was led off the bottom of the second against Blake Snell with a base hit. Miles Straw at the plate, and the Blue Jays trail 1-0 in the bottom of the second. Trey Savage has gone the first 2 innings for Toronto, surrendering that one run, Brian.
Pat, if you can hear me, one follow-up here. How big of an underdog is Toronto in this series? We know, the Dodgers, the big payroll, Ohtani, Freeman, Betts. How much would you label them as underdogs in this series?
I would label them an underdog, but I wouldn't say it would be a massive upset with the way the Blue Jays can hit the contact, and that's one thing They do not strike out a lot. They put the ball in play. It's been a recipe for success at nearly 6.5 runs per game. I expect this to be a high-scoring and long, drawn-out series, Brian.
And real quick, Pat, the pregame atmosphere, at least we had it on our television here in the press box at KeyBank Center. It looks great. How was it in person?
It was very exciting, and both teams introduced to the fans here, 44,000 plus, getting excited thanks to Cito Gaston for the first pitch, and they really have not sat down ever since.
Awesome. Well, Pat, enjoy. We appreciate your coverage. Thanks for checking in.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, Pat Malacaro live at Rogers Center. Game 1 of the World Series, and as Pat mentioned, L.A. in front of Toronto, 1-0 in the bottom of the second, but the Jays do have a runner on first base with nobody out. All right, the rest of the scoreboard now. We'll shift gears to the NHL. Just 3 other games around the league. New Jersey is leading San Jose right now. That is a 2-1 score. They are also in the second intermission there. Just starting the third in Columbus, the Capitals have a 2-0 lead on the Blue Jackets. Ovechkin with his second of the season, one of the goal scorers there. Columbus will be here on Tuesday. That's Buffalo's next home game. And then after one in Winnipeg, the Flames right now on a goal from Kadri lead the Winnipeg Jets by a score of 1-0. And of course, our score here, Sabres 4, Maple Leafs 2. Samuelson with 2, Kulik and Thompson, the others for Buffalo. For the Leafs, Nylander and Matthews. And that's where we stand right now through 40 minutes of play with Buffalo up by 2. And as I mentioned with Paul, a win tonight here for the Sabres would move them into third place in the Atlantic Division. And after that 0-3 start, Buffalo could get themselves back to the 500 mark with a win and push their record to 4-4. But they still have 20 minutes to go to complete that task. I'll be back on the postgame. Paul Hamilton will have locker room reaction, and we'll be back to break it all down. For now, though, timeout. Dan Dunleavy, Rob Ray with the third period. Coming up, Buffalo is up 4-2, heading to the third. This is the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Hockey lives here.
With a shot turned out and parked wide by Aho. He swings a wrap around.
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio.
Work or through the fault of someone else, call Losi and Ganji, your hard-working workers' compensation and personal injury attorneys. The attorneys at Losi and Ganji work hard, so you receive the maximum settlement for your injury. Last year, Losi and Ganji obtained more than $24 million for injured workers. Call Losi and Ganji at 854-1446 or go to losi-ganji.com. Losi and Ganji, Buffalo's workers' compensation and personal injury attorneys, working hard for hard-working Western New Yorkers.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. The originator, the inventor. If this beer could talk, it'd tell stories about that one time, that night, that one guy, that one gal. Writing a story 50 years long and 50 million friends wide. Because legendary stories start with a light. Here's to 50 years of Miller Time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
At LendSeek, we know running a business takes heart, hustle, and sometimes a little help. That's why we stand with you with our exclusive AI lending platform, connecting you to over 100 funders. If you've been in business for at least 2 years with a minimum annual revenue of $500,000, you can get up to $1 million in funding in as fast as 24 hours. No collateral, no prepayment penalties, no red tape. Apply today with no cost or obligation at lendseek.com. That's LENDSEEK.com.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Alex Lyon in the blue paint getting himself ready for this third period. Down to our broadcast left. Sabres from left to right in the third with a 4-2 lead against the Leafs and the Road Whites. And away we go. Off the draw. Power tries to chip it center. Leafs get it in over the line, but Sabres able to get it out of the zone. And now it's Tage Thompson out of the skates onto his stick. He'll gain the line over the far circle. Drag a shot off the glass. Kulik trying to spin it behind the net. And now Thompson intercepts a pass out of the zone. Connor Timmins at the near point. Just puts it down low. Benson got a touch on it. Thompson far wall. Pressured right away. And it's outside the line. It was Matthews with that pressure. So the Leafs top line keeps hemmed in their own zone there thanks to Tage and company. And then a offensive zone draw coming up here for Buffalo on the lift in.
Yeah, good start. How about the stat line here for Matthias Samuelsson so far after 2 periods? 2 goals plus 4. 15 minutes, 5 seconds of ice time. He lead all Sabres after 2 periods. 3 shots, 4 block shots. That's pretty good.
Oh, darn good. Sabres win the draw. Dahlin with a shot. Stolarz will hold on again with traffic going to the net. Alex Tuch being boxed out, but he was seen by Stolarz, so you keep the play down this end of the ice.
Yeah, you keep firing the puck here in this third period. Every opportunity you got, just get it through to the net. You're going to have at least one guy there. No point here right now where you got to start sitting back and just playing defense. Keep going at these guys.
Here's Dahlin in behind the net. In the corner with it. Covered back at the blue line, and must be because there are 3 Leafs on the counter. McLeod getting back defensively along with Alex Tuch, and there's Dahlin back in the zone. He picks up the loose puck. Gets it ahead to McLeod. He slides that one through the middle of the ice. As Doan had to go off his stick. Comes back to him, and he whips a shot. It comes off the end wall. And it'll be Tavares across from Michelli. He puts it off the boards, in behind the net with it. Sabres quickly work it towards the line off the skate of Mermis, and it comes back out to center. Leafs dump it right back in. Finish the line change. Sabres looking to get it up for Quinn. That is deflected off a stick. And in behind the net, Stolarz plays it to the corner. Quick puck movement by Toronto as they missed the pass at center, but no icing on the play. And Dakota Joshua in behind the net, trying to win it away from Metza, who does a solid job there. But then the second man in for Toronto, Waugh, comes up with it. Near post. Joshua with a chance, and they score. It's a 1-goal lead now for Buffalo. 1:55 into the third period. It's 4-3 Sabres.
Go to Joshua's first of the year here in this third goal here for the Toronto Maple Leafs in this game. But they had some good pressure here. What they did, they kept the puck along the wall. They won some battles here. When they were able to come up with the puck, it was nothing fancy or anything. They just started jamming the net. They got bodies to the net there, and this is one of the few times the Sabres not able to tie up. This one actually goes right off Byram, his skate, and bounces right back off the goaltender to Joshua. And he's able to slide it in underneath Metza's stick here to the net, but it was one of the few times they didn't have everybody tied up and doing a good job in front of the net, but nevertheless, hey, the Toronto Maple Leafs aren't going to sit back. They're going to keep coming. So 18:05 left here. Now you turn it back up.
Puck at center ice. Lorentz looking for Domi. They'll go right down the line again, as he likes to do. Keeps the play moving. Sabres come to center. Ballenstein with a dump and chase. Stolarz comes up with it. He'll play it towards the line. That gets away from Connor Timmins. Defense partner Owen Power gets over. Plays it for Timmins, who then gets it to the line and out. Benoit backing up inside the Toronto zone. Dakota Joshua is first to make it a 4-3 Buffalo game. Easton Cowan giving an assist, his second of the year. 1:55 time of the goal. Sabres over the center ice red line, shoot it in on Stolarz. He just punches that with the blocker up over the net. It's behind the cage. And now Ekman Larsson starts Toronto up and on their way. Here's Nylander. He'll shoot it in behind the net. Lyon for Tage Thompson. He's got a lot of space ahead of him. Cross ice pass to the far dot, and Samuelson's going to curl back. And as Toronto starts to change, Buffalo will cycle their forwards off the ice as well. Rasmus Dahlin's pass, a little bit ahead of Alex Tuch. And Toronto sent it back into the Buffalo zone. Dahlin goes back after. Quick check before he gets to the puck. Over the far side, McLeod touches it back as the fans go back and forth with their team cheers. Sabres working in for a chance. Stolarz almost bobbled the rebound on that shot as McLeod and Doan get at it here with 16:21 remaining in the third.
Yeah, this was a nice play. It was a cross-ice dump And Doan's the first one in on top of it, and he just kind of ships it right back to McLeod, who's coming in with speed on his forehand, and he takes the quick shot. But Doan's the guy over in the far side. He was just at the red line, and he cross-ice dumps it into the far corner. It pops out perfectly to Doan coming in, and he's able to just make that little chip to McLeod, and it was a great opportunity. Big save by Solars.
Jake McCabe out of the corner in the Toronto zone. Turned over at the line. Alex Tuck on the far wall. Held on to and spun around a little bit there. Trying to dig it free is McLeod. The puck comes outside the line to center. Sabres with possession. McLeod plays it back. Return feed to the speedy Ford as he makes his way to center. Tavares with the step up. No icing on the dump in. Connor Timmins with a chance. And near side, testing Stolarz. Former Leaf defenseman jumps on that one.
Yeah, it's a good play there by Connor Timmins coming down the wall. He read this really well as this puck is going to be wrapped around. He stepped in behind his forward that was playing on that side for the Leafs, and he steps around and picks off this pass, and knowing he's kind of limited on what he can do right here, so he just fires the puck towards the net and gives himself a chance, forces Stolarz to make the save.
Face off in the Toronto zone, won by the Leafs. Ekman-Larsson. Up ahead, Domi takes it. In across the line, drags a shot. That goes high. Kept in here by Toronto on the near side by Philippe Myers. Now they work it in front. Line over at that far post, keeping it out. And on the near wall, Myers steps up again. Leafs with the puck back to the line for a blast. Low glove pickup off the stick of Ekman-Larsson. And we get some pushing and shoving. That's probably where this is going to end, in front of the net, and it does.
Yeah, I don't think any team's in a situation right now you want to take a penalty. So a couple pushes and they just evacuate the premises and move on.
It's incredible, right? With how tight the standings are early in the season. They're so valuable, these points already.
Oh, and this is where you got to get them. You know, we always talk about at the end of the year, the points you can gain here at the beginning of the year are the important ones, because once things start to loosen up at the end, once teams start getting slotted in the different areas, you start playing different, here is where you got to collect them.
And against divisional foes as well. Behind the net, Samuelson. 2 goals on the night. Trying to clear. Step up by the Leafs. McCabe to keep it in over at that far point. Puck falls to Tage Thompson. He's just going to lift this one up in the air and let Kulich chase after it. But Toronto with better position. And dump it down the ice, lying behind the net. Too far for Samuelson out of the corner. McCabe will turn at the far point. Can't get it deep. Now a race for the loose puck. Nylander and Matthews. Nylander with it. Down in the corner. Watched by Kulich. Thompson there as well, forcing the play down low. McMahon trying to free it up, but the Sabres do a great job down low out of their zone. And now Tage Thompson will get it out and then take a hit from behind. A bump at the Leaf bench after that puck was long gone.
That's Jake McCabe coming. Is that Jake McCabe?
Yeah, it is Jake McCabe.
This is where you just got to avoid this. Stay out of this. Toronto's just looking for something to get a spark here. They got that goal, got them a little bit of life. Now they're feeling better about themselves. Just skate away from this, and it'll just diffuse itself. You don't want to lead into it. You don't want to get sucked into that and get yourself maybe in a penalty trouble here.
Yeah, neither team is really set up for any kind of that extra.
No.
When you look at their lineups respectively, with all due respect, it's a skating team against the skating club. That more age maybe on Toronto's side for sure. Draw at center ice here. And to Rob's point, when the Sabres have gone after the Leafs, they've given them a ton of problems in this game. Nylander was the one who was up ice early, sneaking behind the D, but Sabres seemed to correct that in the second period. Puck dumped down into the Buffalo end. Good speed coming back and carrying it up ice. Now Timmins. Good pass through the middle of the ice. Puck flying around behind the Toronto net. Quinn sends it back towards Peyton Krebs. It's all the way back to the point. Now Quinn behind the net. Ahead of Ekman-Larsson. Gets good position on the big defenseman, this Quinn. Puck sent back behind the net. Down comes Malenstein with a hit on Carlo. And the puck on the near wall. Stick tied up by Connor Timmins. As Easton Cowan tried to make a play on it. Now it's outside the Leaf zone, and the Sabres will need a change, so they just dump it in.
I hate the way Beck Malenstein plays. Takes every shift off.
Yeah, he's a little...
I've never seen him take a shift that he didn't go 100 miles an hour and at least make contact with somebody. He's so effective.
Domi back to the point for a shot as Leafs working into the Buffalo zone with 13 and a half to go in the third. Sabres up 4-3. Leafs with a goal in this period to cut the deficit. Here's Benoit behind the Toronto net. Watched by Doan. At the point, Samuelson's going to keep possession and not try to keep that in. Backing up with power. Tipped it over the line. This is McLeod. Trying to fight off the check there of Max Domi. Good battle with Doan in that far corner against Philippe Myers. And now Domi picks it up. And he's going to turn at the far circle. Almost gets stripped. Does have it knocked off his stick, but all the way up to center where Buffalo gets it back.
Now, Stock was all over Domi there. There was nothing he could do. He couldn't even get his feet moving to get any separation and turns the puck over.
Tipped in by Zucker down this right side into the corner. Benoit hit by Zucker as he makes the play. Quinn trying to keep it in, but Toronto find a way out. Austin Matthews turned back at center. Zucker chasing after it against Nylander. Lost his stick to the Sabres forward. And McMahon carries down the left side. Sends it to the far corner. Nylander was there, but he had company, and things got a little confused for Toronto, and the Sabres say thank you. Back comes Buffalo on the counter. Zucker drops for Quinn. Back to Zucker. Oh, that looked like that was a goal for sure, but it stays out, and it stays 4-3 Buffalo. Now Nylander again. Now Pice ahead of everybody else. Knocked to the ice as he tries to make a turn. And the Sabres flip it up for Quinn with one man back. Trailing on the play is Kulik. Almost dragged it through, but couldn't. Bit of a rolling puck. Now the Leafs come back with Lorentz. Drops it up. Ekman Larson, the defenseman, jumps into the play. Fires it off the glass. Sabres in the corner with it. Nice turn by Benson. In behind the net, Benson going to take a breather here with Toronto changing.
Yeah, you got to be aware here when Nylander's on the ice getting in behind you here, because being down a goal, he's going to start sniffing.
Pass up ahead for Krebs. It's behind him. Shot coming down the wing wide, and the Leafs keep it in up the line for Benoit. His shot looking for a stick in front. Lorentz and Yarncrook, guys that are just going to the net, putting their stick down on the ice as the likes of Tavares and others just try to hit it. And they can do it. Sabres do a good job there fighting the puck back out into the neutral zone. Matthew Nyes makes one move. He carries up the middle, drops it. Here's a shot stopped by Lyon. He looks behind him, and then he corrals it at the top of the blue paint. Then everybody squaring off again at the net. And so far, it's just a discussion with a timeout on the ice. And pretty tense. 10:47 to go in this one with Buffalo up 4-3 on Toronto. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
This is the New Era Cap, and Josh Allen are teaming up for a cause that hits close to home and close to the heart. At every Bills home game, Josh wears a one-of-a-kind New Era cap, each one custom designed by a young patient at Oshai Children's Hospital. Every cap is signed by Josh and then auctioned off, with all proceeds benefiting the Patricia Allen Fund to support kids and families in need. Even on the road, the mission doesn't stop. New Era keeps it going strong. To see these incredible designs and learn more, visit neweracap.com/Josh.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
Buffalo Sabres hockey is being brought to you by Upstate Honda Dealers. For great deals on the entire Honda lineup, visit your Upstate Honda dealer today. By Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey. When it's game time, it's Tully time. By Verizon. Powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store to check out the latest deal. By Level Financial Advisors. Helping you retire better. Visit levelfa.com. By Blue Star Home Services. Your heating and cooling experts. Get started at bluestarhs.com. And by UPS Stores. The UPS Store. Be unstoppable.
You're listening to the Buffalo Sabres Radio Network.
Your child's hockey journey starts with the Buffalo Sabres. It's called Learn to Play. It's a great program. The ultimate starter pack for aspiring players. Enjoy a full set of equipment, 6 weeks of on-ice instruction, and check out the Team Tuck program for an exclusive skate with Alex Tuck. Visit sabres.com/learn-to-play today.
And you may see Dan out there. He's going to take that clinic this year. He's going to get the equipment. It should fit him.
You talked about the game enough. I should learn how to play it, right?
I still want to do those videos, getting you out there. And so you experience it. You should experience it.
I'm all for it. Yes, listen. I don't want to walk this planet having not felt at least once.
Pain?
Well, no.
Well, it's going to be total pain the whole time out
You know my story.
Whether you're trying
pain.
to skate, your ankles are going to hurt. It's going to hurt when I high stick you, slash you, spear you, punch you, hit you.
It's like the real life version of slap shot, right? Do you learn trash talk in this program too, or is that too young?
Oh no, you got to have trash talk.
Yeah,
but there's limits.
What's the age limit for teaching trash talk to young aspiring hockey players?
No, there's limits on what you're talking about.
Okay.
No moms.
All right. My swing set's better than yours.
Wives and girlfriends are totally.
Sabres lift the puck ahead into the Toronto zone, 4-3. Buffalo with the lead, and we're just about at the halfway mark of this third period. Here's center ice play for McLeod. He leaves it on the wall. Darlene touch ahead for Alex Tuck. And Doan and Ekman Larson on the boards over in the far corner. Great play as it's fished free for a shot. Tell you what, the likes of Doan and McLeod are having a game here tonight as well. As on the near wall, it's McLeod who's going to play it over on the far side. Samuelson had come down, but backed up by Alex Tuck. Here's McMahon, forced wide by Darlene. Sabres come up with the puck. And Yuri Kulik in behind the net. Look out, leaving that one in the corner. Cowan tried to center for Waugh. It's probably not a play the coaches want to encourage too often. Taves Thompson's got a partial break, but he's not going to corral the puck down that left wing wall. So he stays on the wall, plays it around the corner. Benson against Joshua for Toronto. And the Maple Leafs will go D to D here, ending with McCabe. Puts that one on the stick of Easton Cowan, who tips it deep into the Buffalo zone, and then his stick explodes into two pieces. So he's gone to the bench. But the Leafs keep the puck here as Joshua tries to work inside. Byram skates into the broken stick. And the Leafs Michelli over on the far wall has it stripped. Time and space now for Buffalo. Byram drops it back. And the Sabres got to get it outside the zone. Lindy talks about that enough. I know puck possession's one thing.
That was a great play by Timmins, though. He had two guys on him, and he was able to work his way between both of them and make the play up the ice.
Ostlund, short pass at center, and it's tipped down towards the Leaf net. Stolar's little touch on it. Vermis ahead now, and Tavares out of the wing for Nyes. Didn't handle it clean. Matthias Samuelson and Nyes go to the boards together on the near wall. Ostlund trying to poke it out. Gets it partially out of the zone. Quinn does the rest, but Tavares comes back the other way. Carries it in across the line with the leave at the point. They chase after it down below the goal line and come up with it on the near side. At the blue line, Sabres get it out. Some room for Quinn now. Down the right side, Quinn takes the shot, and Stolarz with the save. Malenstein after it. Deep in the Toronto zone. Leafs come up with it with 7:52 to go. 4-3 Buffalo. Shots 27-25 for the Sabres, wearing the black and red goat-head jerseys for the first time this season. Leafs gain the zone. Down in the corner behind the net with it now is Domi. Domi tried to center. Sabres intercept. Everyone committed down in front of the net. And it's cleared outside the zone back to the Toronto line. Toronto at center. McCabe for Domi up the middle. That ice was taken away as Timmins stepped up. Backhand, played behind the net. Keeping an eye for when the Leafs big guns come onto the ice. And here comes Austin Matthews. He's got one. He's got the puck. Far circle, takes a shot. Good stick there, deflects that one away. Toronto still with the puck in the zone here. Ekman Larson sends it along the point. It comes outside the line. And Buffalo might need a change here. They're going to get it. As the Leafs back up as they, too, finish their change to get the rest of their top group out there. Here's Matthews for McMahon. In over the line, taken away by Thompson. They battle for the puck over to the far corner. Now Byram behind the net. He's chased down. McMahon comes up with the Nylanders in front, but the puck stays on the wall. McMahon in the corner, off to the left of the goal. Matthews can't corral him. Pokes it back down to the corner. Byram plays it away from Matthews. Now room for Timmins. And he'll lead the Sabres up to the blue line. And a pass up ahead. Here's Thompson right side with the shot. Rebounder's right there. Can't drag it through. Stolars back between the pipes and upright is a shot from the point, this time from Byram. Comes to the near wall. Kulik's pass intercepted. It comes back to him. He's got to win this stick battle, and he does. Thompson's shot is blocked. End of a shift, though, for 34 for Toronto.
Look at the effort going off the ice.
Barely.
He never hardly took a stride from all the way across.
Behind the net is Stone. Leafs get it back again deep in their own end. 5:40 to go. Right on Lyon. Alex will play it for Matthias Samuelsson. Samuelsson, who started the scoring in this game and has the last goal scored by the Sabres. Right now, it would be the winner, but a lot of time left to determine that. Cowan in his own zone. Looking for the return pass. Sabres intercept. And then Doan puts it down into the corner where Alex Tuck tries to keep it there. Ekman-Larsson with a pass to the blue line, and the Leafs are out. Cowan lifts it into the Buffalo zone. Lyon, side of the net. Samuelsson clears it out the far wall. And the puck's going to roll right to Stolars. He keeps it in play. And Cowan just shy of center now. Lays it off for Mermis, the defenseman. Hit against the wall, and the Sabres get puck possession back again. Standing in behind their own net, and now Rasmus Dahlin will lift one up towards the Toronto line. Did that go out of play? Yes, it did.
We had a timeout on the ice, and
at least the referee's indicating
they're going to make this call. And Dahl's going to the box. Delay again.
Delay again, puck over the glass.
4:37 to go, and the PK's got to be its best for the Sabres, leading 4-3 in the third. You're listening to the Sabres Hockey Network.
Sal Capaccio here from my friends at Northtown Automotive. Northtown is growing with 3 new state-of-the-art dealerships. Experience the brand new Northtown Volkswagen now open in Amherst, or step into luxury at the all-new Genesis of Buffalo on Main Street in Williamsville. And coming later this year, their second Northtown Subaru dealership in the Cheektowaga-Lancaster area. 3 new reasons to choose Northtown. Find whatever you're looking for anytime at northtownauto.com. Northtown Automotive, the official dealership of the Buffalo Bills.
I do pretty much everything on my phone. Shopping, socializing, even banking, which is why I love my Northwest Bank app. It features things like spending alerts to help keep my online purchases in check, security features to lock my debit card if it ever goes missing. Hey, it happens. And my favorite, early pay, which lets me get paid up to 2 days early. Yep, no more waiting till Friday to get paid for me.
For checking with all the digital tools you want, go to Northwest.com. Member FDIC. Northwest Bank. For what's next.
When it's game time on the job site, Skyworks Equipment Rental is your MVP. From aerial lifts to concrete gear, telehandlers, forklifts, and more, Skyworks brings the heavy equipment playbook to keep your project driving forward. With locations across the Northeast, Midwest, and Southeast, and delivering nationwide, Skyworks has the power and the precision to score big for your crew. Rent it, buy it, or service your own with our factory-trained technicians. Visit SkyworksLLC.com today. Skyworks, building America from the ground up.
WGR, Sports Radio 550.
Don't forget you can play Casino Corner, presented by Seneca Resorts and Casinos. Take a shot at tonight's game for a chance to win some great prizes and autographed merchandise. Visit Sabres.com/Seneca to play now. You better play now. 4:37 to go in the third period. A 1-goal lead for Buffalo, and they're on the kill. And that shot stopped by Lyon. The puck did eventually come free. The referee blew it dead.
Yeah, he had it long enough. The referee makes a call from over in the corner. It was the right play.
And I'm wondering if a Leaf player hacked at his hand to knock it free as he kind of shook the blocker
off.
off.
The point there, and he had it. No, he just dropped it. Nice kind of tried to do it, but he wasn't able to get there. At least 1 for 2 on the power play here tonight. Scored that 1 goal. They had to shoot 2 shots while they've been on the power play. So Big kill.
Big. Nyes and Tavares, the power play goal scorers for Toronto coming into this game. They win the draw back to Ekman-Larsson. Top of the far circle. Matthews gets a return pass. Matthews with the movement. He scored one about 5 feet above that goal line earlier. That shot didn't get through. Blocks are going to be a big deal here for the Sabres, you'd think, on this kill. Nyes from below the goal line, off to the left of the net in the corner. Now Matthews, top of the circle, takes a shot. There is a free puck there. Lyon fighting for it. He's got some help in front, and he holds on.
Nice job by Lyon flying that puck with a little help from Samuelsson. Samuelsson down on all fours, too, blocking everybody out, and Lyon's able to reach and find that puck and get it covered. Minute 25 left here on this Toronto power play, 4:01 in the period.
Yeah, Samuelsson had Nyes trying to get net front on him. Matthias will go to the
he does a nice job just pushing Tavares away. Puck's laying there. He didn't worry about the puck. He just pushed Tavares away and allowed Lyon to find the puck.
Tavares, Matthews, and Cowan getting a look on this power play for Toronto that has 1:17 left and at least forced back into their own end. And Ekman-Larsson up near center.
I can't believe they didn't load this up and put Nylander out there as well.
Here's Michelli playing it onto the wing, and the Leafs pull it right back out of the zone themselves. It's Tavares who then makes a turn again at the blue line, and it's picked off and sent to the Toronto line, but stepping up is Matthews. He gains the Buffalo line for Nyes, who fires it around for Tavares. Poking at it is Power. Puck comes to the side of the net. The Leafs keep possession. They'll bring it back to the point. Corner play goes off a stick to the near wall. Toronto trying to keep it in. Malenstein can't fight it out. Here's Nyes. Gets it in front. Big save made. As Nyes got right on top of Lyon, who tracked him all the way. Far circle pass intercepted. This could be a rush for the Sabres. Depends how much is in the legs. Tuck's going to the net. Got the pass. Scores! Yes! Short-handed goal, and the Sabres with 3:01 to go take a 5-3 lead here in the third.
Yeah, Alex Tuck's going to get a shorty here. Sabres' second shorty of this season. And the Toronto Maple Leafs just had everybody in. They had them all deep, and then when the battle was lost over on the far side, Owen Power does a nice job being in the right place, picks it off, and just explodes up the ice. And what a pass he made as the defender come across to address Owen Power right at the top of the circle. He slides it right in the hash marks to Alex Tuck, and he goes backhand, 5-hole on Stolarz to give the Sabres a 2-goal lead here with 3 minutes left.
Alex Tuck was the master of short-handed goals.
Net's empty
last year. So Toronto with the net empty, still 2:49 to go. Domi shot, pad save made by Lyon. And how about the plays by Lyon earlier in that kill? Leafs work it up for Matthews on the left wing side. Sabres intercept and they get it out. Here's Dahlin with a drop pass at the line, and then a return instead of Benson just putting it in the net. Winds up on the stick of the Leafs. Nicholas Waugh. Play still deep in the Toronto zone. Benson doing his thing. Now Toronto will skate it out with 2:15 to go. Cowan gains the line. Turns it over. And the Sabres put that one off a Leaf player, so there'll be no icing. Toronto changing. Ekman-Larsson in his own end. Alex Tuck's third of the year at 16:59 from Power. Leafs gain the line. Left side entry for Tavares. Sabres trying to vault Toronto early here in the standings. In the division. Back to Ekman-Larsson with a shot. That's a lot of traffic in front. Lyon finds it, then it comes back again. Tavares with a shot. Lyon with the save, an extra hack in front of the net by Dakota Joshua. And the Sabres converge on him with 1:35 to go. Players down on the ice.
Who is that? That is Kulik.
He's got someone in a good...
He's got somebody in a good headlock there, and they're right on top. That's McMahon, maybe? You know what? Willie Nylander, too, not out there, as they said on that power play, not out on the following shift either. Maybe there's something wrong with him, too. That would be a huge loss here for the Toronto Maple Leafs. If this guy is something, let's see him.
Yeah, the bench looks short, doesn't it?
It does, and Craig Berube's calling a timeout here now. So never saw him go to the dressing room or anything happen to him, but he has not been a part of this game, and it was kind of questioning why he wasn't out there on that power play for them, but nevertheless, Sabres doing a nice job just standing up to everybody in front. Owen Power right in there once again. Like to see that. Owen Byram throwing a few shots over the top, and Craig Berube using his timeout here with a 1:35 left. Shots right now 30-29 in favor of the Sabres. And these are the games that Lindy Ruff has talked about coming into the season. We got to learn to win these tight games, these one-goal games, and Sabres here tonight, they've locked it down. The Toronto Maple Leafs come out, they're pretty hard here in the third period, got them back on their heels a little bit, but they never broke. They just fought through it and started playing sound in the defensive zone and kept everything away, and Alex Lyon made the save when he had to. So it's been a total team effort here, and I think the D for the Sabres have done a really good job not allowing Toronto to get to that blue paint in front of the net. They've done a sound job. Samuelson, Timmins.
Well, as you know, they got to keep doing it. Still 90 seconds to go here. Net is empty for Toronto, but the Leafs certainly have the firepower. They're working in behind the net for Nyes. Good coverage. Matthews bothered by McLeod. Over on the far wall, trying to get it back to the line. It's almost cleared by Tuck, but kept in by Ekman Larsson. In front for Nyes, stopped by Lyon. Now behind the goal. Play goes to the corner. McLeod again, a good shift. Waugh pokes it back to the line. 1 minute remaining here in the third period. Sabres up 5-3 on Toronto. Trying to continue this winning streak at home and get it up to 4. Here's Tavares trying to swat it in at the line. It's outside the line to center. And now Matthews will wheel it inside the zone. Down the wall. Drops it back to the point. Ekman Larsson looking for Matthews behind the net. Trying to backhand it in front, and that bounces behind the goal to Matthews again. 32 seconds left. Ekman Larsson back to Matthews. Backhand take behind the net. Nyes to Matthews. He's still below the goal line. Centers. It's going to get outside the line with 22 seconds to go. Sabres racing after an empty net chance, but unable to settle the puck down. A penalty coming up on the play. And it's going to go against Buffalo, I guess, with 11 seconds to go. 11.9 if you're really counting. Hey, Krebs.
Yeah, he's going to get a high sticking call here. Nevertheless, doesn't matter.
Buffalo number 19 has a 4-minute double minor high sticking.
4 minutes. As I said, it doesn't matter at this point. You got 11.9. You got a 2-goal lead here. It's been a good job, and Lindy Ruff talked about their 6-on-5 play here that they had to improve and get a little better at it. And so far here in this one, when it's been 6-on-5, they've done a really nice job just keeping everything outside, not giving Toronto that free look in front. Maybe a shot from the point here and there, but that's about it.
Shot from up high with 7 seconds to go. Misses the mark by Toronto. Ekman Larsson tries his luck, and that one settles in front of the net, and the clock stops with 1.1 seconds to go. Alex Lyon down on his knees, and he once again has been solid here tonight against the Leaf lineup.
This guy's been good every game, Dan. Every game this guy has played, he's given his team an opportunity to win. Even in the games they lost early, he gave himself a chance to win, and that's all you ask from a goaltender. And he has done a fabulous job. But be very interesting to see the call for the goaltender tomorrow night, the back-to-back situation. Now that Luukkonen's back up, you got Ellis here, you got Lyon. What's the call Lindy Ruff's going to make?
Luukkonen back from his conditioning stint in Rochester. They're going to face off here with 1.1 seconds showing on the clock. They had a conversation with the timekeeper's box here just a second ago. That conversation is over. Puck is down. Domi's last shot. The Leafs have lost this one on the road, and the Sabres, guess what, folks? They've won 4 straight at home. 5-3 the final.
Got themselves back to 500 hockey here. Battled after the tough start they had. Now 500. Now you can go to work. You're winning these games against the divisional rivals and that. These are the points you're going to need. You're going to look at the end and talk about how important they were early in the year. You took advantage of a Toronto Maple Leafs team that's kind of floundering right now. But the big thing is you took advantage of it. You did not give them a chance. And for the most part, I thought they played a very, very good game.
Solid indeed from the goal on out. And Samuelson, pretty good story here tonight as he picks up a pair of goals to help propel his team to victory. We will talk to you from Toronto tomorrow night. We'll be back on the MSG television network and also across the Sabres Hockey Network, where Brian Coleshill will be your pregame, intermission, and postgame host like he is right now, as we send you to Brian for the start of tonight's postgame on the heels of the win over Toronto.
Okay,